What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Week Zero podcast. I am Connor Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead Doherty, hosting for this week. To my left is Andrew Rank Clemson Coster.
Yes, do it.
He will go and bite some people's heads off if they beat Wake and are still not ranked next week. So I don't think that would happen.
No, if they didn't, they're actually on crack.
Yeah. And below me is Ryan. Thank Jesus for Connor's sake, Fravel. I wasn't going insane. I wasn't. Maybe I was. I don't know.
Yeah, you were.
But what is up, gentlemen? How are you doing tonight?
Great. Got to go to Clemson the first time in a while this past weekend, so that was cool. Was good to be back up there. Missed it.
Yeah, having a good weekend, and outside of the Broncos and Lakers choking, it was a good weekend because Notre Dame won, and that's always a good.
Lakers just suck, bro.
It was per usual for your teams then.
Can never have a 3-0. I've only had my teams go 3-0 in a weekend one time this year.
Oh, we'd love
I
to see that.
thought you were going to say once in your lifetime because that sounds more true than anything.
Hey, you know what? My teams have won more championships than any of your guys' teams in any sport.
Yeah, because you're a bandwagon. That's the only reason why you like the Lakers.
No, he's just a LeBron. He's just a LeBron fan.
Yeah, come on, Bronny.
I'm sure if we could find it, you were
I was a Cavs and a Heat fan before.
Okay, you were? I go like Cavs.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, it's just LeBron. So you have no leg to stand on with that. So
the only thing you have is Denver.
All you have is Denver and Notre Dame, which that's fine. Those are two plenty. I'm sure. So.
Yeah. Well, Notre Dame hasn't even won anything since he's been alive. So
88, right?
Yep.
I think 88. Wow, that's impressive.
Still more than Lucas and Connor's teams combined.
Okay. Congrats. Hit me up when you actually do something this century.
Cool. At least my team actually didn't get blown out in a championship for once.
We used to do the blowing out in championship games.
Yeah, keyword dead. Dead.
Not since Rudy have you been relevant.
Rudy.
That was like in the 1970s.
Rudy was offsides, by the way.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was. Rudy was offsides. Everyone knows
Speaking of Rudy, we did have a moment this past week. I don't know if you guys seen the guy who caught the touchdown pass for Kansas.
That was the first offensive snap ever. That was his walk-on and his first offensive snap ever, and he catches the game-winning catch.
I got to hear the soundbite of his family.
His family at the other end.
Yes, that was the best. And you play the Rudy music underneath it?
No. The best thing is the Titanic music during that play.
Oh yeah.
Okay, guys, let's get started. Obviously, we're gonna first go to our playoff ranking reactions.
Yeah. Even though then there wasn't much that changed anyway. Funny enough, like it's literally.
We can talk about that once you bring it up. I mean, I think none of the top 7 changed. The biggest surprise for me was that Baylor didn't go up higher for beating Oklahoma, but I guess that's just because
I think everyone just thought about
Oklahoma. They were low in Oklahoma to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
At the bottom, you guys were saying you had an issue with Arkansas being ranked and they win to prove you guys wrong.
I didn't really have an issue.
Andrew didn't have a problem.
No. Ryan, you had a problem.
Me and Lucas had a problem.
You and Lucas had a problem with Arkansas.
Yeah, I think No, I mean, yeah, they probably could have lost that game, but I mean, hey,
Who did they play again?
LSU, and it was at
Oh.
LSU, and it was at night. So I mean, that's not like an easy task. So
No, it's not.
even regardless of how bad LSU is, their fans are going to come out. So I respect them for that. I think they did a good job. I'll tell you what, though, UTSA struggled for a bit against Southern Miss. I was a
Our
surprise.
boy Cam got a couple of big kick returns.
Yeah, that's good.
We gave him some extra help there.
Yeah, I know.
He almost returned one for a touchdown, but
I know.
Break one last
Did he have a
tackle.
pick?
Yeah, he did have a pick too, I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
Nice.
that's awesome.
Dude, we should just have him on every week. Give him the good mojo.
Yeah,
we should have him on every week. Give him the good mojo for that.
Yeah, we should.
Hey, you know what? He did do better than any of us in the pick'ems. So I mean,
what was his total? You said he was like 19.
He went 19 and 3. 19 and 3.
Wow, that's impressive. So Mississippi State, Houston, Utah, UTSA, Arkansas, NC State. I have no problems with any of those there. I guess UTSA, I think, only went up by 1.
Because they struggled with Southern Miss. I mean,
it's also because I don't remember who was at the bottom. A few teams dropped out at the bottom there.
I think it was Purdue and
Purdue was at 19. San Diego State's taking their spot.
I think only like 2 teams dropped from the rankings this past week. Really, everyone in the rankings for the most part won.
Texas A&M lost.
Yeah, but I mean, they fell on to 16. No, they didn't.
Yeah, like I said, I think I was just a little surprised that Baylor didn't get into the top 10 for being Oklahoma.
Well, they can't.
I don't mind Oklahoma State being above Baylor because Oklahoma State beat Baylor, right?
No, they should be above Baylor 100%. They have one.
No, they beat them, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I have no problem with that. I was a little.
It wasn't close either.
They would give that win a little bit more, but I guess that's just them beating down Oklahoma a bit more.
I think it's more. I think the reason they have Baylor still above Wake is because of the loss. Regardless of Wake, really still hasn't really beat anybody.
Baylor has an extra loss, right?
They do. They lost to
the highest 2 loss team
and TCU.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I guess the main is wow. It was crazy to see Wisconsin at 15. Despite of Ryan, calm down. You guys have 1 ranked win now, okay? And it's not better than Michigan State's win now. Calm down.
Cincy's win is looking better now with you guys at 8 all of a sudden.
Notre Dame would beat Michigan.
No. Stop.
We wouldn't struggle with Penn State either.
Yeah, you would if you was at Penn State. Bro, everyone has struggled with Penn State this year. It's not like no one is blowing them out.
Penn State lost to No Nicks. Or no, never mind. They beat No Nicks. I should have talking.
Yeah, exactly. You should stop talking, Ryan. Exactly.
Yeah.
You should stop talking for a bit. See, Ryan, that's what happens when you open your mouth too much. You just like that, and we just get to roast you on it.
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, nothing changed. The full top 7, I think, is the exact same as it was last week.
Mm-hmm.
Notre Dame has gone up 1 because Oklahoma lost. Everyone, I think, from Oklahoma or Notre Dame through Ole Miss has gone up 1 because those teams all won.
I'm surprised Oklahoma didn't drop more, but I guess that's only because of the 1 loss.
Yeah, I thought they were going to drop them more, but maybe they're like, oh, look at Kansas. We'll give them a little bit extra. Okay.
Well, I mean, who behind Oklahoma would you rank ahead of them? Honestly,
that's true.
That's true.
You really can't.
Honestly, as much as we've been harping on Oklahoma, I wouldn't trust any of the teams behind them.
No.
Especially how BYU's been so inconsistent.
I wouldn't trust them. I wouldn't trust Wisconsin. Their offense has been meh.
They've gotten it together a little more over the weeks, though.
I am sad.
Iowa's offense. Iowa, I think Iowa might be my regret pick because I picked against them. If I remember correctly, that might be my regret.
I did too.
Who were they playing? Minnesota?
Yeah, the Florida Rosedale.
Yeah, and they blew them out. No, my biggest regret actually, I'm not that, but one of them is not picking Louisville because they were retiring the number, and I should have picked it for that.
Y'all really slept on Louisville. I told y'all. But
Syracuse really impressed. I mean, honestly, they impressed me this year. They're definitely better.
5 and 6, but they've been better.
They're 5 and 5, but they've been hot a lot. Most of their games be close. I mean, and same with Louisville. I mean, you could look. Louisville could arguably be undefeated. I think they've lost a game by this year is 10. I mean, that's.
I think it's no. They beat. Did they beat?
They lost to Ole Miss by 17. I think.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
Oh, they lost to Ole Miss.
Oh yeah, they did get crapped on by Ole Miss. But I mean, like besides that though, they could only have really one loss. I think the most they've lost by in the game besides that is 10 to NC State, in a game which they actually outgained NC State. Which also I want to point this out. I'm surprised NC State only dropped a spot for losing to Wake. Like, yeah, it's Wake and they're a good team, but like
it wasn't a blowout though. That's the thing. I think it's not as bad as Purdue getting blown up by Ohio State.
Yeah, and I told y'all that was going to happen. That's just
Purdue, I mean that's how it is. You always take. Damn it! I'm about to sneeze. Always take Purdue when they're unranked. Excuse me.
Tight.
Excuse me.
Because they're tight.
Yeah, always take Purdue when they're playing a top 5 team when they're unranked. It's just like Virginia Tech. I remember in basketball the last before this year, the last 2 or 3 seasons, they've played top 5 teams. Ranked teams at neutral sites and beating them. So it's like, don't play Virginia Tech right before Thanksgiving as a top 5 team in a neutral site.
I've seen some. Speaking of Purdue, by the way, their basketball team looks really good. They were up, I think, 52-12 at halftime over somebody yesterday. So
we're doing a March Madness, right?
Yeah, we are.
March Madness show.
Hey, our 3 teams are 3-0. By the way, Lucas's was, and then they got beat by the Diet Coke drink.
It wasn't even 20; it was 40. Connor,
they lost 40.
Yes, they got 40 balled.
I think people also say BYU is also really good, but still, there's no excuse for it.
It was I saw it was 20 something.
They were up by 20, and it just got worse.
Yep.
Oh my god. Wow.
Yeah.
Like Notre Dame in
man.
Notre Dame in the playoffs. They lose by 40.
We've actually never lost by 40. Fun fact.
35.
35, 27 or 27 or whatever. Still
okay, guys. I think there's not much we can.
I didn't get to
about that. I think we can
hold on, Brian. All right. Hold on, Brian. Let me go put it back then. There really wasn't that much.
There wasn't that much to talk about. Is there anything else you had?
The only thing I really wanted to say is I still don't agree with San Diego State being ranked. I don't think they're the 19th best team in the country. But
I agree with that. Except that I think they should be ranked, but lower.
Yeah. How would you feel about
switching? Would you honestly be okay putting in Houston there?
No.
Yeah, switching them in Houston.
No. Houston's only wins against SMU. No.
What about switching them with UTSA?
UTSA hasn't played anybody worth crap. I'm sorry, but no.
If
anything, I would put Arkansas or NC State there or Utah.
Where would you put Houston and where would you put San Diego State?
I'd put San Diego State at 23. I'd put Houston at 24.
And just swap Utah in there?
Yeah. And the other thing I would do is I'd swap Clemson with Mississippi State. That's the only other thing really I would do.
Who did Mississippi State beat?
They beat Auburn, who was ranked.
Yeah.
Ranked Auburn team.
I just don't like it because they have. That's the only reason why. I mean, but they have 4 losses at the end of the day, which that's still kind of troubles me.
They already have 4. They're the first 4.
But
they're be ranked.
They're the best 4-loss team.
They are the best 4. No, they are the best 4-loss team. I agree. I mean, they have. Do you look at their wins? They've beaten Kentucky. They've beaten Texas A&M. They've beaten NC State. They've beaten what's it called? And now they've beaten Auburn. So it's not like they're bad ones. It's just more the 4-loss thing for me.
Honestly, if they had 1 or 2 losses, I think they could arguably be top 10 because they maybe.
Well, I'm surprised they're stuck behind NC State with the head-to-head. I mean, with how the committee's kind of talked about.
Well,
that.
but they're not gonna put a
4-loss
team over below a 4-loss Mississippi State.
Yeah.
Well, there's all NC State has 3 losses. Mississippi State has 4.
I know, but the thing is, there's too many other teams gap between. Well, here's another thing with NC State. They are really milking that Clemson win to keep them at 20, in my opinion. In which Clemson's literally probably arguably played their worst performance.
Well, it's helping that Clemson is that's winning now, so it's making it look better now. Even though,
I mean, but besides that,
you guys lost. Did you guys lose the next week as well? You lost back-to-back or something?
No, we did not. Thankfully, we have not lost back-to-back games in a long time, if I remember correctly.
But you still have 3 losses though?
We do have 3 losses. to be fair to the currently the number 1, the number 18, and the number 20 teams in the country. But yeah, we do have 3 losses.
I find it really funny though that for what we're going to be getting to in a little bit, for openings for some teams, they're saying maybe Venables and Elliott Bolts.
Venables is not going anywhere,
down
bro.
year, and it's just like down
Venables
year.
ain't going anywhere.
That's kind of impressive. I mean, Alabama, when they had 2 losses a few years ago, that was considered a down year, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, what's Saban doing?"
Yeah, people like this is the end for Bama, and that's what they're saying about Clemson now. Y'all go. I'll go ahead. I'll let people say that. I mean,
as Alabama
leaves, that'd be hilarious if he left.
Has Bama ever had a season since Nick Saban's been there where they've had 4 losses? Because Clemson could realistically have 4.
I don't think they've had more than 2.
They've had 3. They had 3 in 2010. They had 3 in 2010.
Really?
That was the year Florida beat them, right? In the SEC title game with Tim Tebow?
No, that was the year they lost to South Carolina, LSU, and Auburn, where they blew like a 24-0.
Oh no, that was the comeback. They were
the comeback.
They were like 24-3, and Cam Newton came back.
That is 100%.
At Alabama too.
It was at Alabama, actually. Yeah.
But no, I am glad to see Houston ranked though. Like I think we can all agree, it's nice to see the American team get some respect.
Yeah, and
like I said, I think the committee is trying to maybe set it up to where if Cincy beats SMU this week, try and set that up to give them a good ranked team in that in the American championship game.
Cincinnati's got to be real careful though. This next.
But they play an 8-win SMU team. They got to be very careful this week.
No, but this could also really help boost the resume down the road.
Yeah. The SMU game will too.
Yeah.
SMU and Houston are the 2 best teams right now in the American besides Cincy. So
yeah, for sure.
And I think that gives them potentially the edge. Just
also, one quick thing. UTSA, I'm going to say this. They should be on upset alert this week. They play at UAB. UAB is sneaky good.
Blazers.
I know. No, I actually did. I actually agree with that 100%.
UAB won last week, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And did I pick them though? I can't remember.
No, Cam was the only one of us that picked UAB last week.
Who were they playing?
Oh.
Who did they play? I can't remember who they played.
Was it Marshall? I think they were playing Marshall.
Yeah, he did. He did pick UAB. I should have. That's another regret.
We are Marshall. We are Marshall failed us.
Yeah, they definitely did.
Okay, I think we need to get on to a quick recap. First, obviously, probably the funniest moment was Kansas beating Texas.
And I called it last week that would be something Texas would do.
That is something Texas would do.
First time Kansas has ever beaten Texas at Texas. First time Kansas has ever won a game after being a 30-point underdog. First time Texas has ever lost a game as a 30-point favorite. And what did you say, Costa, is the biggest upset in Big 12 history by
point spread? Yeah. Which reminds me of something.
Texas is back, folks. Not this time. You're wrong. We're back. No, we got you.
When Texas wins tonight.
No way.
Against the mighty SEC.
No way.
Texas is back.
This one was invented by a writer.
What is that? I think that's the 6th straight week that we've used that.
Because they're on a 6-game losing streak.
Because they're on a 6-game losing streak, right?
Yeah, they are. It's actually terrible.
But I think
be honest. Does Stark actually survive the offseason?
No. With how Texas fans are, they're worse than I think Bama fans or like when a team that's really good. They're worse than Patriots fans. So yeah, he's probably gone.
I mean,
I feel like
I'm gonna say no.
I feel like I think he'll get one more season. If he can, I think.
But not even Tom Herman did this bad, and he got 3 years. And he was.
Who do they play? Who's the remaining schedule? Because if they can make a bowl, I think that's at least good enough.
Aren't they like 4-6 right now?
4-6.
They have to win the next 2 games.
The next one is at West Virginia, and then I think the last one's Texas Tech, which are both winnable games. They're games.
Wait, no, they already blew out Texas Tech.
I lied. Usually they play.
Would it be TCU?
Let me double check.
I'd probably pick them against West Virginia. West Virginia's trash. They're what?
But I did also want to say
it's Kansas State, so no.
Oh, Kansas, yeah,
no
never mind.
Yeah, no.
And no Bijan Robinson either. By the way, he's out for the year. In case y'all forgot,
this is the first time Kansas has won a Big 12 road game since 2008. They have lost 52 consecutive Big 12 road conference games and have not.
I find it hilarious that their two most recent Big 12 wins have been over Texas, both at home and then on the road. Both times, that's the last time they had any Big 12 losses with Texas.
Oh gosh, no, I can't. Crazy that their last Big 12 win was when they had the GOAT Todd Reesing
and Chris Harris Jr.
Oh yeah. Of course, he has.
Oh no! Who's that coach in 2007? The really fat guy that was like a
Mark Mangino or something.
Oh yeah.
It was like Andy Reid lookalike, pretty much.
Yeah.
I will say they are building something at Kansas. I think there's something different about this Kansas team. They're
2-8.
No, not that. But it's like I really like their head coach. Like I really like. He's from Wisconsin Clearwater or something.
He
won like 4 straight.
He's won 4 or 5
titles.
championships with them.
Yeah, in a row.
Wisconsin Clearwater, I think. Is that D2 or D3?
Yeah, D3. He won. They're like the Bama.
That's a big jump. D3 to D1. That's a really big jump. Even if
the culture and that quarterback that Connor's going to get into it a little bit later in the show, but their quarterback that this was his first start.
They were thinking of redshirting him, and now they can't. They kind of have to stick with him at this point. They wanted to redshirt him because I think that was his first. That was like his 3rd or 4th game. That was like his 3rd game. So, okay.
I think another way, obviously, we need to talk about. Speaking of Big 12, is Oklahoma finally losing.
Thank you.
Caleb Williams gets benched, and Spencer Rattler comes in. And Oklahoma,
we want Spencer.
Yeah, they were changing. We want Spencer, and everyone's just like, "Huh, this is like reverse deja vu."
And he did worse than Caleb Williams did when he came in.
and then was it you or Lucas who said that Lincoln Riley is rumored for LSU?
And that was Lucas, and I actually looked it up. It is true. He's rumored to leave Oklahoma for LSU.
That wouldn't surprise me.
I mean, I would want to do that too.
Well, think about it. You have to deal with 2 drama queens now. You got Caleb Williams and Spencer Rattler, and when this is played out,
Rattler's going to transfer.
Not to be the self-centered piece of crap that Rattler is.
Caleb Williams is really full of himself, though. Like honestly,
Well, I think it's because he's a freshman who came in and saved the team for a few weeks there, so he got to his head. It's like the what's his name, Cliff Longley. Came in for the Cowboys back in the 70s during a Thanksgiving game when Roger Staubach got injured for the Cowboys. He was in the game, and then like a few weeks later punched out Roger Staubach and got released and never played in the NFL again because he got so full of himself in that one game.
That's so funny.
I just think it's honestly hilarious because like I don't know if you guys seen it, but during what was it? During college football scoreboard for the Notre Dame halftime show, they were talking about the Oklahoma game, and I think it was Joey Galloway, and he goes, according to Kirk Herbstreit, this guy is the face of college football for the next couple of years. And Caleb Williams, and anytime he talks,
the ultimate roast. Dang,
the face of college football, Caleb Williams.
Oh, Kirk.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Kirk has had some bad takes, but that's up there.
Yeah. He
he's the next Trevor Lawrence. Like, come on.
And the crazy thing is that
he said what? He said
he was the next Trevor Lawrence. I'm not even joking.
All right, I'm out. All right, I'm done. All right, I'll see you guys next week. Over here. I'm out. I'm just kidding.
You know but what's crazy about that Baylor game is Baylor could have won by a lot more if not for a few mistakes that they themselves had. They ran for almost 300 yards.
Yeah, they had a bunch of turnovers during that game.
Yeah, if they hadn't turned the ball over so much, I think they would have won by 25 plus. I mean, they only won by 13, but that's a few touchdowns that they probably gave away, unfortunately.
Gary Bohannon reminds me so much of Lamar Jackson when he was at Louisville. Like just the body stature, not like the Heisman talk, not like that, but I'm saying like their play style. Like,
I guess.
he's such a good runner, and the way he runs is when I watched him run that out to where it was like the read, and he went to the right side, I was like, that's Lamar Jackson. I was like, just the way he runs and the way he plays, his play style, his throwing style, it just reminds me so much of Lamar. Like,
so white Lamar Jackson.
He's black.
Oh, he's black. I haven't seen.
Yeah.
I actually haven't seen Baylor play.
Yeah.
I just hear the name Gary
Bohannon,
and I immediately just think white guy.
Oh, golly, help.
Oh, man.
Oh,
are there any other games you guys want to talk about?
I guess the other one really kind of more A&M and Ole Miss, because A&M, you are I'm
glad I took Ole Miss on that one. Oh, and also Auburn. We need
Yeah.
to put them choke Falcon in there.
freaking Bo Nix.
They falconed it.
Well, give Bo Nix a break, man. He was trying to bring him back on a broken ankle. So
They were up weren't they up 28-3?
They falconed
Stop.
it.
And they falconed it.
Stop. You're giving me PTSD.
It's hilarious.
Here.
It's the same week that the Cowboys destroyed the Falcons and made the Falcons actually talk about that on Twitter. Another team tries to replicate them.
Hey, you know what? It's hilarious because Bo Nix was the only quarterback that could ever pull off a 28-3.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's true. He is. I'm not gonna. But Mississippi State, I think this also goes for him too. They're still a good team.
And it's Mike Leach. You just know the air raid is gonna just.
Well, the air raid took a minute to get going when he was there. Now it looks like he's finally getting it together, and then like as the years go on,
yeah.
And I think that's gonna. I think it's actually gonna be good down the road.
Yeah, probably. And Ryan's just disappeared.
Well, it's kind of like talking about like Texas A&M. They're like, it's so weird with them because one week they look like a top 10 team in the country at times, and then there are times where they just look like a terrible team, like god awful. And maybe outside of Mississippi State, I haven't seen a team this year so inconsistent. Like, I don't know what's going on, but they literally. It is just they're like a different team week to week.
Yeah. I kind of agree with that. But
I don't know. I'm just glad I picked Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Was I the only one who took Ole Miss?
I think so. Yeah.
No.
There was a few that I was the only person I think I took it and I got it.
I think it was that one. Yeah, I think you did.
Yeah. Never mind. You're right.
Yeah. But yeah, that was
Closing the gap.
I was also scared
I was
also scared about Corral, like his injury.
Yeah, I was too. But
okay,
imagine if Ole Miss hadn't played like garbage against Alabama and like actually somehow managed to win that game, and if Lane Kiffin had actually used his brain. Just imagine, Ole Miss could be in the driver's seat. Imagine if they had, or imagine if they hadn't lost to Auburn. Like, if Corral didn't get hurt against Auburn,
they'd be challenging Alabama probably.
Yeah, no, Bama and Bama's schedule is no joke left. They still got to play Arkansas and then at Auburn, and that is no joke.
Well, Auburn's without Bo Nix.
Okay, TJ Finley arguably could be just as good. We've seen what he can do this year. He brought him back against Georgia State.
Plus, Lucas already said earlier, Alabama hasn't won at Auburn in what 5-6 years.
I said that,
yeah. Since
20,
yeah, for a hot minute. But yeah.
Okay, let's move on. Since there wasn't that much we were talking about, to our stunners and bummers. For those who have not seen it, the show before, stunners and bummers is for our players and our coaches who lit the world up as our stunner or crapped the bed as our bummer. Let's go to Ryan first. Who do you have as your stunner and your bummer?
All right, so a guy that Notre Dame kind of got to see earlier in the year, who wasn't the starting quarterback at the time, but is now the starting quarterback for the Toledo Rockets, DeQuan Finn. I don't know why, but I love that name.
It sounds like a very quarterback name, and I mean it works for the Toledo Rockets.
The fin of the rocket. Yeah. Finn puts it on a rocket to his wide receiver. But he played Bowling Green this weekend, and he went 18 for 24, completed 75% of his passes for 270 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a QB rating of 210.8.
Now, I don't understand, dude. You gotta stop giving the QB rating in college because it makes no sense. I don't understand how that number is created.
Meme.
Yeah, I don't understand how that number is come up with compared to the NFL.
And then for my bummer, we were talking about this and we were laughing at Florida in the group chat the entire day. Florida's defense. When Lucas said on the show last week
38 at halftime,
that Florida may have the worst defense in college football, they gave up 56 points to Sanford, an FCS team that is average at best. Won't even make the FCS playoffs.
They're 4-6 now with that loss.
Yeah. And their quarterback went 33 for 57, completed 63.5% of his passes for 400 yards, 3 touchdowns. And then their their quarterback also carried for 16 rushes for 65 yards, averaged 7.1 yards per carry for 2 touchdowns. And then on top of that, their running back, who also got 7 rush attempts for 21 yards, averaged 3 yards a game, but I had 2 more tutties. So
and they had a guy return a kickoff for a touchdown. Gave him the lead for halftime.
For the record, by the way, that is tied for the most points that Sanford has scored all year.
I think that's the most points Florida's ever given up in a half ever.
Yes, 42. It is.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's the most points Florida's ever given up to an FCS team in school history.
56?
I wouldn't be surprised if Dan Mullen
56.
I wouldn't be surprised if Dan Mullen gets fired. That's the main thing.
I mean, if he isn't fired, is going to be the stunner, honestly.
Yeah.
See, and then you look at what's going on at LSU. Coach O got fired for having
after winning a championship.
Dan Mullen has a worse record than Ed O does, and they've been at their schools the same amount of time. Ed O has a championship.
Why LSU is getting rid of Coach O though? He won them a championship.
Dan Mullen still has his job.
Okay. Dan Mullen should be gone. But the whole thing with Coach O, it's a Gene Chizik situation. Yes, he won the Natty, but okay, that's like Gene Chizik when he had Cam Newton and like Michael Dyer. It's the same kind of, and Nick Fairley, same situation. He had an amazing offense coordinator. He had Joe Burrow. He had an elite offense. And I'll credit, he did what he did with it. But it's the same thing. Now we see what happened when they've gone, and they're terrible. It's the exact same thing as Gene Chizik at Auburn. I will preach that till the day I die. I knew this was going to happen. And yeah, as much as cool as the guy Coach O is, I'm surprised he kind of lost it this early in the year, but I think it was coming, and he had some off the field issues as well that a lot of people said that went into that.
But then you look at Dan Mullen at not Notre Dame, Florida, and you just think about it. How many big games has Florida won since he's been there?
They won against Georgia last year, and that's really it. And they beat Auburn, I think, when he was a freshman. But the thing with Dan Mullen is this whole comment about the recruiting, I think, really just kind of hurt. Like, not recruiting during the season is what really killed him.
I heard about that. Yeah, he doesn't recruit during the season. You're like,
yeah, that's what it made it sound like, and that's just such a turnoff for me.
I mean, there's ways that coaches can be frosty to fan bases, and that's one way right there. Saying, "Oh, I'm not going to care about recruiting at all during the season and stuff." That's the most important, because you got to win, and then you got to explain, hey, I know we're struggling right now, but this is what we can do if you came in and helped us out.
But then you look at also like the stuff that he did with the Darth Vader mask, like I think last year, like coming in and stuff like that type of stuff. Like, it's overboard. And he did that after a loss.
I don't remember that.
They had just lost a game, and that week at a press conference, it was like Halloween weekend, and he came to the press conference.
Darth Vader mask.
Yes. And Florida fans were like, bro, you just lost the game. and you're coming to the press conference like nothing happened. And then it's like, I don't know if you guys heard his comments on SportsCenter after they beat Stanford. And he said, this wasn't the Florida football team that showed up today. This isn't my team.
Okay, then whose team is it? It ain't going to be your team much longer with the way your defense is playing, bud. You're right. It ain't your team. I'll give you 100%. I'll actually agree 100% with that. It ain't your team because you're going to be gone. You're going to be gone. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. And Georgia fans are probably so sad right now because, man, now he's just going to get to bully Florida for the next 3 years. But I don't know. We'll see. If he survives the season, I'll be surprised.
Yeah. Okay. Coster, stunners and bummers.
Okay, so stunner. This one's probably one y'all weren't going to think, but this was just a thing impressive to me. I'm going to go with James Cook from Georgia, the running back. 10 carries, 104 yards, 2 touchdowns, averaged 10.4 yards per carry. Also had 43 receiving yards and a touchdown as well on 3 receptions. I think he was just a big part of that offense. And this whole thing also with Ryan saying Georgia has no offense. All right. Can we be done with that, Ryan, please? Like, I don't know how many times you need them to score. Hold
on. Speaking of that, Andrew, I'm going to look at the camera and I'm going to apologize to everyone. I was wrong about Georgia. Georgia has an offense and they're the best team in college football. It's not
Ryan is learning,
and they are going to win the national championship and blow everyone out.
I am so proud of you, Ryan. I'm so proud of you. This is a big growing moment.
They beat Tennessee, who is the best offense they played, and they held them to 10 points. Congratulations, Georgia. You've won me over. I was wrong. I will eat my words, and I'll shut up about you the rest of the year.
That made my day. That made my day.
Thank you. I'm sorry. Go Dogs and win the national championship.
Man, I'll tell you what, if Georgia doesn't win this year, I told my friend Parker, his dad, the game this weekend, if Georgia don't win this year, they ain't ever winning it. This is their best opportunity. But then
how many total points have they given up? Has the defense given up 36, 40?
Something ridiculous. Pitched 2 shutouts, by the way. This is the most points, by the way, they've given up in a year, and 7 of those points came in garbage time.
Oh, they gave up 17?
How many points did they give up
10
this week?
It was 17, but one of it was really at the end. I don't know how many at the end. But by the way, my bummer for this week is Caleb Williams. 9-18, 142 yards, 2 picks. I don't remember if he fumbled the ball or not as once. Well, he did lose it. Thankfully, he still got it back. But just, man, that offense for Oklahoma this week looked like doo-doo. Man.
Well, they scored 13. I think it's one of the lowest scoring games under Lincoln Riley, I think. Probably.
Was this an actual Big 12 game? Are we talking about the Big 12?
Yeah.
Defense?
It was 27-13.
Baylor has played some defense
this
year,
that is not a Big 12 score. That's like an SEC score right
I
there.
I thought defense in the Big 12 was frowned upon.
I will say,
obviously Florida
Oklahoma State has actually played some good defense this year in the Big 12. I will give them that.
They have.
That and Baylor at times, and Iowa State at times. Minus them losing on a 62-yard field goal this weekend.
Dude, that was clutch.
Did you guys hear that call?
The crazy thing is that kick was easily caught a good 4 or 5 yards behind the crossbar. So that field goal probably would have been good past beyond Justin Tucker.
Is this kid the new Justin Tucker though? That's the real question.
It definitely had the distance. It definitely had the distance to maybe go 65.
No, that was good. No, it was impressive. I was very impressed by that. That kick was very good.
Okay. And so I'll go to me. My starter was Jalen Daniels, quarterback for Kansas. In terms of numbers, he's probably has the most moderate numbers of any player any of us have listed on our stunners. 21 of 30, 202 yards, 3 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown. So passing he didn't light it. I mean, that's good. He didn't light it up passing wise, but he was efficient. But it's mainly just because he was very poised at the end of the game and was able to give Kansas the win on that 2-point conversion. I liked Kansas being ballsy about it and going for it to do there. Because I don't know if they would have been able to maybe score again in the second OT because they would have gotten the ball first. So I like that. And then my bummer, I have two. Even though, despite what my name said, Justin Fuente, but mainly because of the photo that came out that Lucas shared of all of his Virginia Tech gear that he just dropped off in the locker room, and he
I wish we could put that up on the screen.
Take anything you want, and I'm just like, damn, that makes me sad because I'm like, I would hope you would have kept some of the stuff from your time at Virginia Tech because that's still a part of your career. You know what I mean?
Probably did keep some.
Probably kept some of the stuff, but at the same time, like that was one of the big things was he never the fan base never really got to really like him because he was so frosty. He never really interacted with the fan base.
That's not good.
He rarely. I only remember him doing.
For the record, here is that picture.
Yep, I remember him only doing like one, maybe two live practices. I remember going to one and I got a picture with him and a few of the players I knew from classes. Mm-hmm. So, but like he didn't do a lot of open practices and stuff during spring training or during the spring. And there were just times he never seemed like he accepted responsibility for some of the stuff that was going on. And then apparently it came out today that Cornelson also said that he would get mad at the quarterback when he wouldn't throw to the intended target on plays, even if that target was covered. So whenever the quarterback did anything that wasn't part of the initial play, Cornelson would yell at the quarterback on the sidelines.
That makes me wonder, like, what did Fuente do different when he was at Memphis that worked? Like, how did it not translate from when he left Memphis? Because I think people forget when Fuente was at Memphis, they had one of the best offenses in college football.
I think they did. I think it was just like partially expectations because Memphis didn't have the long standing. I'm not gonna say tradition, but they didn't really have a known. They weren't known for winning at football, so the fact he was able to turn them around and make them relevant was a surprise to people.
Yeah.
But the fact that but now that they called him a quarterback whisperer when all he ever did was make Andy Dalton look good and then Paxton Lynch look good, and then you see what's happened with the quarterbacks. He had 6 quarterbacks start for him over his 6 years. None of them ever had more than 7 starts.
What about Brady White?
No, I'm talking about Virginia Tech.
Oh, okay.
Actually, besides Gerard Evans, besides Gerard Evans, no quarterback after Gerard Evans had more than 7 starts.
And Gerard fumbled the bag by leaving a year early.
Oh no, yeah, he should not have gone. I think if he had stayed 2017, I think VT could have been really good.
I think they would have too.
Which is crazy because I think we still went. Where did we go? I think we went 9-3 or something that year anyway, or something. So we weren't that bad either.
It's just so weird because, like, when I honestly, I don't know about you guys, when I heard that VT was hiring Fuente, I thought it was just like a home run hire. Like,
exactly, honestly. Everyone said it was a home run hire, and I was like, oh sweet, that was the guy everyone wanted VT to get. And now I think it's just he got lucky.
You played yourself.
He was able to use the players Beamer had. He was able to bring in a good offense and it got really lucky with the transfer of Evans coming in. It didn't work out. I think the moment it changed was someone said at halftime we were playing Arkansas in the Belk Bowl. Virginia Tech was down 24-0. This was in 2016. So the year that we had Evans. Virginia Tech's down 24-0, and they had a very high-profile quarterback prospect decommit at halftime. Who do you think that was?
No idea.
Malik Willis. We would have had Malik Willis, and then he switched and went to Auburn, and then he went to Liberty when it didn't work out. But apparently Virginia Tech kept trying to get him when he left Auburn as well. So But I think if we had been Notre Dame, I think Fuente would still be here.
Yeah.
If he hadn't lost that game, and I think Syracuse is that loss the next week after that when they were up by 9 and they lost again. I think that just secured it pretty much. There was nothing else I think he could do at that point. So
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to see.
I mean, I will say it's not like he hasn't brought in talent. I mean, Trey Turner, what?
Yeah,
and
but
Khalil Herbert.
The problem is he never could hit on the quarterback. That's the biggest problem. Like Turner, if he had a consistent quarterback, or if he was playing with, if he got to play with Gerard Evans when he was there, I think Turner would have been awesome. Even better.
Was Khalil Herbert a senior when he left last year and for the draft?
Yeah, he was.
He was also a transfer, remember?
Yeah,
Was
he
transferred from Kansas.
Kansas.
Okay.
So we took Kansas and he made him really good.
I mean, if you think about it, like
another man's treasure.
Look at this team though. If you had Trey Turner and Khalil Herbert, and if you had Hendon Hooker on this team, I think this team is way different this year. If by chance Herbert would come back.
That's who we had last year. That was last year. But
I know, but wasn't Hendon Hooker like on and off injured?
Yes,
like
he was.
That's why I'm saying. Like,
if we had this year's Hooker, I think things would have been different because our defense was a lot better this year. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I think they're going to make a hire. They're going to try and make a hire probably sometime between now and probably before, if they make a bowl game, or at least try and do it before the early signing period. I think they're going to try and do it sometime between now and early to mid-December. Names to look out for. I've been seeing a lot of Dave Clawson from Wake. I don't know how I feel about that.
Would he actually leave Wake though? That's the thing.
Well, I think he can get a lot more. Wake is
a lot more money.
He can get a lot more money, and Wake and Virginia Tech has a much more passionate fan base for football. Wake's been so bad.
Wake literally plays in a high school stadium, bro.
Yeah, Wake.
I know, but we've seen in past years, so we've seen in past years these smaller coaches that come from smaller schools turn down jobs from bigger schools.
Oh yeah, like Matt Campbell.
Like based off of expectations or
I think
football.
I think that regardless of who comes to Virginia Tech, I think Virginia Tech fans need to realize that you just need to go through a rebuild. And it ain't just going to be like, oh, here you go, just everything just plug and play. Yeah. I think they just need to.
Well, it's also
yeah, and I think they're starting to slowly get it together at FSU.
Yeah, but Virginia Tech has also started to realize they need to put more money. They need to make more money available to pay assistants, because that was a big problem with Fuente. He had so many assistants come through. Like he had an assistant. He like an assistant head coach or an associate head coach that they had to let go because he had an extramarital affair that was embarrassing to the school, so they had to get rid of him. And he probably, if Fuente was still here and that guy was still here, he probably would have fired Fuente and have that guy immediately take over. His name was Jalen Scott. Like they had Jerry Kill, who, former Minnesota head coach, who was here as like an assistant, or like an advisor to the head coach, who left after a year or two. So he just had a bunch of assistants that left. And other than the coordinators, they had so much turnover that was crazy. So I don't know. We've been talking for a long time, but my actual real bummer is just is no Knicks, just being out, just what happened, and then also being out for the rest of the season with his ankle injury. I think that was my real bummer, but it turned into a diatribe of talking about Justin Fuente. So I think what we can finally now do is move on to our next segment.
Well, don't we go and put in Lucas's as well? I was trying to find it in our chat and cannot find it.
I don't think he gave his stunner.
No, he did.
He did?
He did. I remember his stunner was Mississippi State's quarterback, but I can't remember who his bummer was.
Oh, Will Rogers from
Will Rogers.
Oh, he said it a long time ago. I don't know. Oh God, that's so.
I think it was Saturday night when he did it. Honestly.
Oh, okay. Well, then
I'm not going back that far.
Yeah,
we have too much. We've talked too much in that chat.
Yeah, we do.
Okay, I think we can just move on.
Yeah. Sorry, Lucas.
Lucas isn't here, so he has no relevance here.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go next to our meme team of the
I
week.
found it. I found it. So his stunner is Will Rogers. His bummer is Zach Calzada, quarterback Texas A&M.
Okay, that makes sense.
So both from the same game.
Yeah.
Hey, that's lazy writing.
Not from the same game. Not from the same game.
From the same conference.
Yes, from the same conference. Yes, they weren't.
Oh, never mind. I'm thinking Mississippi State's playing. I got that messed up.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Well, Will Rogers is Mississippi State's quarterback, right?
No, I'm saying I thought I had that.
Oh,
in my
you
head
got him mixed up with Matt Corral.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we can finally move on to meme team of the week. This is for the teams that we think will have eternal memes made for them for the next week or so, or in terms of Texas for the rest of all time.
Oh, Texas is never getting old of that.
Oh God, dude. Even if they win a championship, I think somehow it'll still happen the year after that when they suffer their first loss after they win.
Yeah.
See, you know what? The worst part of that meme that Andrew plays with every time we talk about Texas is that Notre Dame's in it. That is the worst part.
That was the game.
You know what? Notre Dame fans, every time we see that clip of Texas is back, folks.
Or it's like, oh, damn it, that was us.
You just die inside a little bit, don't you?
Deshaun Kaiser just walking out the field and disappointment. And it's just like people in Notre Dame will go, can we please edit and crop Notre Dame out of this meme? Just so people don't know.
Was that 2015?
2016.
That was 2016.
Notre Dame, I think, had 7 losses, but I can buy
we went 4-8 that year.
But you
lost
a lot of close
Virginia
games.
Tech beat you guys at Notre Dame. I remember that, and we were down
by we were god awful that year.
That was.
We lost a lot of close games. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Did you also lose to Navy that year?
Yeah, we lost to Navy.
Oh, that was the game where Notre Dame had 7 possessions the entire game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Navy literally had the ball so much. Notre Dame only had it 7
Which
times.
is weird because we had Kaiser, and Kaiser was coming off of the year that he almost beat Clemson. So it was just we were so hyped going into that year. And it was a lot of Brian Van Gorder, but I mean, we had such high expectations for that team. Makes me sad.
I will go first, actually.
Yours. Oh, you're gonna. I have mine already set up.
Okay, fine. Costa, you can go first. And then I just wanted to go out of order, but Costa, you can go first. So Costa,
Texas A&M, bro.
Dude, I love this movie. I watched this back when I did play football, when Netflix was still just the discs, and it came in the red. Sleeve. We ordered this Longest Yard. And every day before football practice during the summer, I would watch this movie to get myself ready for the game, to get ready for practice. I don't know why, but I just love this movie.
But anyway, so yeah, A&M, you are in a prime position if Alabama makes one more mistake to go to Atlanta and play at Georgia in the SEC championship game. And as Adam Sandler, who, by the way, is in this meme right here, would say,
"You blew it!
You blew it! You blew it! You blew it! Shame, shame, shame! I'm very disappointed in that.
Shame.
Shame. Yeah, shame. It was a big shame, but yeah, Texas A&M is my meme team of the week.
Wait, doesn't Auburn
still have a chance?
By the way,
who's up next? Next up is actually Ryan's.
Okay, Ryan.
Quick question: does Auburn still have a chance to win the SEC title?
No.
Okay.
It 4 losses.
I thought they had 3.
3 conference losses.
Two of their losses is in
I just
conference.
see one shining moment.
They have 3 losses, but one is to Penn State.
No, they have 4 losses, but
they have 4.
3 conference losses. But yeah, I mean, I guess anything is possible. Everyone would have to fumble the bag.
They would need Alabama to lose and then beat Alabama.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Ryan, here is your meme.
I just see the one shining moment there at the bottom. I immediately think of the song from March Madness. One shining moment.
It's all on the line. Yes, I love that one.
One shining moment.
You know what? What's funny about this meme is literally every Texas fan when they had that lead against Oklahoma. And then it was like somebody just spammed this meme for the rest of the season for Texas.
And then of course And then, of course, Andrew there got mad at Lucas for saying that Texas didn't blow the lead, even though now we're all rolling in Texas.
At this point, I honestly can't even be mad anymore. It was too good. It was
no,
too
but
good.
you were mad then, and then for 2 weeks after that, you kept saying you were going to cough his balls or something.
Yeah.
He was going to blow the lead.
Yeah, well, I did say that, and now I now
whatever.
Whatever. It's too funny at this point now because now I just get an excuse to just play this every week.
It's just funny because
at this point, it's a reflex. You're just waiting for Texas to be up, and you're just going to hit the button immediately to play that.
Yeah, I literally said it. No, I said it in our chat. I'm like, oh, good. I get to play this again. Okay.
No, I should just start saying Texas lost just in basketball every week that they lose and just be like, you just start playing that in the chat.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, it is hilarious because I brought this up last week, and we all kind of laughed because I said Texas has lost 4 games in a row when they've had a lead at half. So I was like, you know what? There's no way. Like I said this last week, there's no way Texas is going to blow a halftime lead against Kansas, right? It's Kansas. And we all kind of laughed, and I said, but it would be such a Longhorn thing to do to lose to Kansas.
And then you know, the funny thing, Texas was an interception. You almost jinxed it by saying Kansas as being Texas at Texas. For the
yeah.
And then Kansas can't get a first down, and Texas immediately goes and scores a touchdown to tie it. And you're just like, oh, well, nope, Kansas just choked. And I'm just like, oh, dang it, Ryan, you just ruined all of our fun.
But no,
I thought you had ruined it for all of us.
It's just hilarious because, I love reveling and when see Longhorn fans just suffer.
Yeah, and the best part is we get to keep seeing Notre Dame lose to Texas.
Yes, we do. Actually,
play it.
Oh, you said play it again. Oh, did someone say play it again?
Did someone say Texas lost?
Did someone say what? Someone say
Texas is back, folks. Not this time. You're wrong. We're back. No, we got you.
When Texas wins tonight,
No way.
against the mighty SEC,
No way.
Texas is back.
This one was invented by a writer.
What year is that clip from where he says we're back? What year was that?
that was 2018, 19
is that
when they beat Georgia in the Sugar Bowl.
Oh yeah.
We're back.
Hey, you know
Yeah,
what?
what's the record since then? 10-12?
Abysmal.
It's just hilarious because, one last thing about that part. The worst part is not even that we lost to Texas and we had the announcer say Texas is back, but the fact that we made Tyrone Swoops look like a god that game.
Oh, that's the quarterback.
Yes.
I forgot about that.
Shane Buechele got benched.
Dancing for the win. Texas is back, folks.
Best thing is Maryland is now 2-0 against Texas all time since that game.
Yes. Thank you, Tom Herman. But I guess Connor, it's your turn. Do we want to play Lucas's meme first or your meme?
We can do Lucas.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was mine.
Oh, okay, I got him backwards then. Okay, well then we're doing yours then.
Your mom's not happy about you playing that, Coster. She's not happy about you playing that so much. Is she a Texas fan or something?
No. Hey, she should be glad I don't make Georgia Tech my meme team of the week.
Yeah.
Because I know they are buns.
So my meme team is Oklahoma. They finally lost. And clearly they're afraid. They're afraid of the college football playoff. I mean, at this point, if they ever actually make it, the expectation is they're going to lose by 35. Doesn't matter who. I wouldn't be surprised if Notre Dame actually somehow did that to Oklahoma if they made it.
If Notre Dame and Oklahoma played in a playoff with their best playoff teams they've had, Notre Dame would win.
It ended a tie.
Yeah.
No, because Notre Dame's defense was at least good enough to slow down teams. Oklahoma has never had a defense at all.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So mine's Oklahoma. They finally lose. And what's Lucas's?
He did the crying Braun meme. I hate him.
Wait, I know that. Which is that? Is the one on the far? The one on the far right, is that LeBron after he won his championship in Cleveland?
No, I don't know. But all
Yeah,
I see
it is.
is
It
I
is.
see
That's
I
his
see a
21
goat
in
and I
Cleveland.
see two bums in this picture. I see a goat and I see two bums, and the goat is on the left.
No, the GOAT is no Knicks, number 10.
No, I was going more with Jordan, but okay, that too.
I mean, Jordan and Bo Nix together, that's the ultimate GOAT right there.
Yeah,
Jordan Nix for Heisman. If
Jordan Nix for Heisman.
Hey,
Dude,
what a
Yeah.
name.
Dude, if we can find any player named Jordan Nix, they immediately their team should immediately be our
They're becoming our new team.
they're
Sorry,
becoming our new team
Presbyterian.
next year.
They're not. Yeah, I'm sorry. Presbyterian is also not going to be our team next year.
We apologize to Presbyterian for ruining your season.
No, we didn't tell them to keep going for it on fourth down and not kicking.
They're on an 8-game losing streak since we started following them.
Make it 9 this week, but yeah.
9.
Also, I'm going to say this again. This is an honorary meme, but the difference is here: the fire has been put out. The fire has
By
been.
the way,
put
I'm
out.
not even joking.
what happened? Well, what? I just realized that's Whit Babcock in the bottom left. I don't know why he's there. But,
Real quick, there was 2 Jordan Nixes that have played college football. There was one that played defensive tackle at North Carolina, and another defensive lineman that played for Texas A&M last year.
oh, is he not there anymore?
No, he graduated last year. And then the Jordan Nix that played for Texas A&M now is on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers practice squad.
Dang it! I do not want to have to root for the Bucs. I'm not rooting for the Bucs.
Nah, I'm not rooting for the Bucs.
I'm
Nah.
Okay.
Lucas said, by the way, he sent his pick'ems, which, by the way, it's about time for.
He sent them to me. I got him.
Okay, so
I got him. I have them written down here. Okay.
By the way, before we get to the pickups, can we talk about one thing really quick? Just the comments that Lincoln Riley made about not like Baylor kicking that field goal. Like,
I don't even know what he's referring to. I didn't see it. Did they kick a field goal at the end of the game?
They kicked a field goal with 3 seconds left. It was 24-14.
that's
And somebody went back and looked at I think it was Kirk Herbstreit. He went back and looked at how many times Oklahoma, when they've been up 20 plus points, has scored in the final minute against teams to run up the score.
Yeah.
They've done it at least 10 out of 12 games the past 6 years, where they've been up by 20 plus and ran up the score. So if Lincoln Riley really wants to complain about a field goal, we can make him the official Big 12 Code of Sportsmanship director.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
It's just like what game was that? There was a game the Ravens played a few.
The Broncos.
No, it wasn't that.
No.
It was a few years ago. I don't know if it was the Dolphins or not, where the Ravens – no, it might have been the Bengals. The Ravens had a shutout. It was like 27-0, and then the Bengals kick a field goal just to remain to keep themselves from being shut out. And John Harbaugh was not happy about it. That's a little different that's a little different. It's different because, you're doing it to remain not being shut out, whereas, Baylor was just doing it just to try and run up the score, which they could have done if they hadn't turned the ball over.
Well, when last year when Oklahoma played Baylor, Oklahoma was up 66-33 on Baylor last year and scored with 1 minute and 4 seconds left and threw the ball the entire drive.
That would bother me if I was a coach, honestly. Okay, we're gonna move on now to our regret pick of the week.
Forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is our regret, either our pick or our hot take that we said last week that we regret putting out into the world. I'm just gonna say right now, mine was expecting Auburn to not falcon it up. I picked Auburn to win, and I was looking really good when I checked the scores. I go to sleep and I see Mississippi State has come back from a Falcons and pulled a Patriots out of the butt.
Wait, Connor, you actually expected Bo Nix to not know Nix?
Well, I mean, he had it. I mean, it was at home. It seemed like he only would do that on the road. So, if I had gotten that right, I would be tied right now with Coster. and also not picking Louisville because it was when they were.
Yeah, thank God Louisville is the reason I am ahead right now.
Yeah, it's those two games.
Yeah. But no, oh man, there's so many. I had a terrible week. So my regret pick of the week, I had to go back through and just think about it, like which one I was gonna do. And that's gonna be taking and thinking NC State could get it done, man. Man, they actually no, I lied. I'm gonna go with Minnesota. Minnesota is the one that really let me down. So I'm just very upset about just kind of disappointed in Minnesota. They looks like they were getting it together the last 2 weeks. They have just fallen apart.
As well.
Minnesota has fallen apart, and it's very disappointing. So that is definitely my regret of the week.
Yeah, my regret of the week. I talked about it earlier. Tennessee. I was the only one that had the balls to take Tennessee over Georgia. I drank Lucas's Kool-Aid too much about Hendon Hooker.
Ah, yeah.
And I fell in love with the hooker too much.
Okay, that was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Diamond ring and everything. You meant to propose to her, and you ended up getting down on one knee and dropping it into a spear ring.
So yeah,
you played yourself.
Hendon Hooker really let me down. I will say it wasn't all his fault though. He had no protection that entire game. But yeah, Georgia.
Well, when you're playing against a good defense like Georgia, I mean that's kind of what's going to happen sometimes. You know, like that is just
after their first drive too. I was like, man, Tennessee, that pick is a great pick right now. And then it just
up like 7-0.
Yeah.
Really scored.
Well, because they made the first drive look so easy. And I'm like, if this is
like, no, we got to give them a chance. We got to give them some semblance of hope. Make the bettors think that they got it right.
It was the first time Georgia had ever trailed. I mean, if you want to give them that cookie.
No, I believe they trailed the week before against Missouri. Yes, they did. They trailed.
Well, they said it was the first time they ever trailed, and it was 7-0, and they said it only lasted 2 minutes.
Well, I think that's the most they trailed by all season. But no, I remember they trailed. No, because they trailed to Missouri the week before. I remember.
Oh yeah, 3-0, and I was like, oh my god, they better not lose to Missouri.
Yeah, but no, thankfully they did not. We are okay with that. But yeah, we're good with that. And also, I'm gonna go ahead and, by the way, show the score update.
My name is 1N, by the way.
I keep forgetting that. I'm sorry, Connor.
I know it's very uncommon. The only other person I've ever met who has my first name, spells my first name the same way, is a girl from Ireland. She was born
my gosh. It's funny because my brother's name is Philip, but he only spells Philip with one L.
Oh, that would get me too.
Yeah.
That would make me mad.
I think that's how, isn't that how Prince Philip is? Isn't that how he spells it with one L?
No idea.
Don't care. Okay, let's get on to the pick'ems.
All right, let's get on to it.
So, Air Force at Nevada.
Oh man, this was a tough one for me because both teams have looked really good at times this year, but there's a couple of times where they just looked like hot doo-doo. And
Nevada lost last week, right? Who did they play?
Nevada lost Westlake, I believe, to San Diego State by 2.
Oh yeah, San Diego State. Boom.
By 2.
Boom.
But yeah, I kept going back and forth on this game. I'm gonna go with Nevada, with it being at Nevada. That's the only reason. I'm gonna take the Wolfpack here.
Yeah, give me the Wolfpack. Carson Strong.
Lucas is taking Nevada. I'm gonna do it not so fast. I'm gonna take Air Force. Gonna roll with the military academy. So yeah.
Coming off of 2 straight losses.
Oh, they are?
No, they won last week.
They won last week.
Wait, they were? I thought they were 7-1 when they played San Diego State.
Yeah, and then they lost to Army, but they won last weekend again. No, they were 6-1. They won last weekend against Colorado State.
Oh, okay.
Oh, geez. I was wondering where that was. You just have it all the way down here at the bottom. I was so confused. You skipped the UCLA, but that's at the bottom or a little bit further down.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. I don't know.
Auburn and South Carolina. I'm going to go Auburn. TJ Finley is going to do it. Or South Carolina, I'm sorry. They're not going to make a bowl game.
Are you just doing it out of spite because you hate South Carolina as a Clemson
No, I
fan?
think TJ Finley's good. We've seen him play this year, and he looked good against Georgia State when he led them to come back. So, yeah, he's made some good plays. I genuinely think that he's going to be good, and Auburn's going to be fine. So, and South Carolina is just not good. They look good against Florida, but like that's not saying much now. Florida's probably not even going to make a bowl game. So I'm going to go with the Auburn Tigers or Eagle.
Yeah, give me Bo Nix for Heisman, even though he's not playing.
Shane Beamer has already said he's not going to leave South Carolina to coach at Virginia Tech.
Good.
So just for that, out of spite, I'm going to take Auburn.
Good. Well,
even though I wouldn't actually want him.
Who did Lucas have for this?
Oh, he has Auburn. So it's a clean sweep of Auburn. Right away, I'll tell you, Lucas says Wyoming. Calling an upset.
Fun fact: he's 0-2 every time.
No, he's gone a little. He's being a little bold with some of these.
Well, to be fair, I will say Utah is only a 5-point favorite. Utah State's only a 5-point favorite.
I'm still taking Utah State. Go Aggies.
I agree too. I am taking Utah State. I feel like they crushed San Jose State.
They're the best team named the Aggies.
They have the best. Yeah, they are. Go Ags. I'm going with the Utah State Aggies.
Yeah, fun fact: Lucas is 0-2 when picking Wyoming.
I did not know that. Ryan, how do you know these things?
Because he's been the one keeping track of all of our pickups.
Yeah,
he's keeping track of the scores.
So Lucas is 0-2 when taking Wyoming and the Fighting Josh Allens. So for that reason,
you're taking the Fighting Jordan Loves.
For that reason, also the fact that Wyoming is 1-5 since we had them on the show when they were 4-0. I'm going with the Fighting Jordan Loves in this game.
Ooh, that's
Jordan
a good
Love
point.
better
I didn't
than
know
Josh
they were
Allen.
1-5 since that game.
I forgot about that actually. By the way, I was gonna say who is my there's someone else in here that I was gonna say who's a fighting something, but now I cannot remember for the life of me who it was. It was there was a running back they had when Jordan Love was there. It was this is the best they've been, by the way, since Jordan Love was there. Just want to point that out.
Wasn't that only like 2 years ago?
Yeah. No, it is. But they had some good players. They had my guy DJ Williams there. They had a really good running back. He's on the Chiefs now. I can't remember his name. But Jordan Love, of course, was
Darnell
there.
Williams or Damian Williams?
No. That's not Damian Williams. It's somebody else. And I can't remember for the life of me who it was. It was or maybe they released him actually. By the way, did you guys know that Chad Henne is
he's the backup for the Chiefs.
Yeah, I did not know that until I just looked it up. And Shane Buechele is also a quarterback there. Well,
what?
I guess.
Wait, for the Chiefs? Is he on the practice squad?
No, he's a backup.
Shane Buechele. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. Wow. That's what I said. But yeah. So,
okay.
Yeah. I guess that.
So Lucas is the only one taking Wyoming.
Yeah, he is the only one taking Wyoming.
He'll be 0-3, and this will be his regret pick.
Lucas is taking FSU.
I am going to take Boston College. I think they are going to win out in the regular season now they've got Phil Dragovic back.
They have him back.
He was back against Virginia Tech.
Yep.
Oh.
And he scored 2 touchdowns against Virginia Tech.
So I'm taking Boston College as well, since they have Dragovic back. If they didn't have him back, I wouldn't take him, but I'm taking them because of that.
Yeah, go ahead and give me Boston College, the Fighting Matt Ryans.
Yeah, Matty Ice.
You do not even.
Touchdown! It's calendar, and Lane Stadium goes silent.
Dude, if Virginia Tech had won that, I think they would have been in the championship. Either them or imagine if it was West Virginia and Virginia Tech in 2007.
Wow.
If Boston College if Virginia Tech beats Boston College and West Virginia beats Pitt, that could have been the championship because those were like 1-2 or 2-1 and 2 or 2-3 at that point. And then LSU loses again in triple overtime like that same week, I think.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, also that same year, Boston College upset Notre Dame when they were ranked number 5.
Yeah, but then Virginia
Early in the
Tech
year.
But Notre Dame
destroyed
that year
Boston
ended up
College in
being
the American.
terrible.
Yeah, but I'm saying like they were a preseason top 10 team. I'm saying
I know.
Yeah, no,
and
but
then
Boston-
I remember
but
that
Virginia
first
Tech
game
got
they played
revenge.
Georgia Tech, and Georgia Tech beat the living crap out of them.
Yeah, Virginia Tech destroyed Boston College in the ACC championship game. It was like 30-7, I think, in the rematch.
Back when they were having it in Tampa, which was a terrible place for that game, by the way. But yeah, they had it first.
I thought
in
it used to be in
Jacksonville.
Orlando. Oh no, they did that.
No,
they
they had 1 year. But they first started off in Jacksonville, then they moved it to Tampa, and then they had
in
really
Orlando. That's the one I went to in 2016. I went to that game against Clemson. I went to that. Okay, so yeah, yet again, he's the only the last 3 times, or he's the only one taking.
There's gonna be either a hero or a villain for this one. Florida at Missouri.
Lucas is taking Missouri.
I'm also going to take Missouri. Missouri had a good win last week against South Carolina, who South Carolina killed Florida. Florida's they're a train wreck right now.
Their defense is terrible.
Their defense is, exactly. I'm going with the Tigers here.
Plus, my cousin went to Missouri, so I'm kind of doing that for him too.
Okay.
Oh God, I don't know why, but I have a weird feeling Florida could somehow win this game. I don't know if you
wouldn't
guys
be surprised, honestly.
And I'm pretty sure this is a morning game. And I don't know if you guys have watched Missouri in the morning when it's at Missouri, but their crowds are like, if you think Wake Forest's crowd is bad, they have like nobody at the game. You could probably hear a rock being thrown on the stadium.
Is it better? Is it worse than Jamaica's stadium when they were playing the United States last night?
Honestly, I think it may be worse than that. I'm not even.
Did you see? I mean, you probably didn't watch it. Like there was nobody in the stands.
Jamaica is basically out of the World Cup qualifiers.
Is completely empty in that game.
Well, Jamaica's pretty much also done it out of it, so I think that's why they weren't really there.
Yeah, true. But, at least we got a point out of it. But
yeah, but Canada. First place in CONCACAF.
Because they got 2. Because they beat. So now U.S. is 2 because they couldn't get the win, and Canada just beat Mexico again.
Vamos!
Did you see the Canadian player that dove into a snow drift?
That was hilarious. Never thought when I see a World Cup
qualifier, and then you just see this one dude just do like a dolphin dive sideways into a snow drift.
By the way,
the only one here.
By the way, R.I.P. Young Dolph.
I don't know who that is.
The rapper today.
I've never heard of him.
He was murdered. He was murdered today in Memphis. Very sad.
Yeah.
But I'll take the gun. Go Missouri. Go Tigers. I almost went to.
I find it hilarious how Ryan was totally lost when we were talking about soccer just now.
Yeah, I don't watch soccer unless it's like the World Cup.
I've been getting into soccer outside of the World Cup in recent years.
I just hate soccer so much. Like lacrosse is my soccer. Like a lot of people don't talk about lacrosse.
I do too. I actually do. I have a state championship in lacrosse. Funny enough. So
nice.
Yeah,
my high school is like one of the best in this.
Clemson needs to get a dang freaking lacrosse team.
We are working on it. All right, they're one of the better club teams right now. I was actually played on that team. They have a club
Virginia
team
Tech's
as well.
working on it too.
Yeah.
Working on it.
Virginia. A lot of the teams that would be in the ACC are actually really good, like Clemson, Virginia Tech, Georgia Tech.
You want to know something crazy? Mm-hmm. Johns Hopkins is in the Big Ten for lacrosse.
I forgot about that.
That's how good they are. They joined in like 2012, 2013. They were so good in lacrosse that they are an associate member just for that sport.
You're forgetting that Albany is also in the Big Ten.
I did forget about that.
Really?
Yeah.
In lacrosse?
Yes. They're good though. Wow. They had those 2 Native American brothers. I forgot their names.
I'm just glad that you get to see Maryland, Johns Hopkins play against each other as members of the Big Ten in lacrosse, because that's a rivalry right there.
Yeah.
Those games are crazy.
I'm just glad Notre Dame's in another sport where they dominate in the regular season and then choke in either the Final Four or the championship.
Well, lacrosse.
Yes, they've made the Final Four. I'm not even joking. They've made the Final Four 6 out of the last 7 years.
And they haven't even made the championship game.
I'll never forget the first time they made it and to the final. And it was my first year actually playing lacrosse. They played Duke. and Duke ended up winning their in overtime off the face-off and won their first national championship in school history.
Yeah, Duke has beaten Notre Dame 5 of the 6 times Notre Dame has made the Final Four. Notre Dame is 0-5 against Duke in the Final Four.
Wow,
that's really bad.
crazy.
But anyway, moving on from that, Louisiana at Liberty. But by the way, Liberty's another good club school. We played them one time.
Lacrosse.
This
is actually a good game.
It is.
It's a really good game, honestly.
I'm surprised Louisiana's not ranked, to be honest.
Yeah.
I would have taken them maybe even over Houston. That's just maybe my 2 cents on it, though.
Okay, who are you guys taking? Oh, Lucas is taking Liberty.
He's taking Liberty. I think
I like it.
I like it, and I think I might do the same. I'm deciding here real quick because I'm going to look at the point spread just to be sure.
That has no relevance to me.
It does to me. It does to me because it makes me think a little harder. It's at Liberty. I'm going to go Liberty.
What's the point spread?
Liberty is a 4.5-point favorite. And also, I believe Liberty is undefeated at home this year.
Oh, they are?
Yep.
Oh. So,
Liberty, just because, Coach Hugh Freeze, I'm taking Liberty.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm just taking it because of that.
Yeah, that too. Go Coach. Go Coach Freeze. I hope you've watched this at all. Probably not. He's probably got better things to do, but still.
Yeah.
So Liberty.
We got a lot of people watching last week. I think we got to like 20 people at one point.
Yeah, 21, I think. But Liberty's coming off a bye week after that tough loss to Ole Miss. I think they bounce back. So give me the Fighting Malik Willises, and I pray to God he's there when the Broncos can draft him.
Dude, Ryan, don't draft a quarterback this year, please.
Anything's better than Teddy Bridgewater. I know Malik Willis will go actually tackle a guy on an 87-yard fumble return for a touchdown.
You know what they call Bridgewater? He's Teddy Bridge quarterback.
Yep, he is Teddy Bridge quarterback. But
we're all taking Liberty. I like it. I'm surprised none of us took Louisiana. I was tempted to take Louisiana.
Buckers at Penn State. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm taking Penn State.
Lucas,
give me the Nittany Lions.
Clean sweep. We're all taking Penn State.
All right, we don't even talk about that one. It's a Friday game. Memphis at number 24, Houston. Remember, Memphis beat SMU a few weeks ago.
Lucas is taking Houston, and so will I.
And I'm also going to take Houston.
This is such a sneaky game. I can honestly see Memphis somehow pulling this off.
At this point, I'm just wanting any way to try and get Cincy in there. I just want to see.
Yeah.
Give me the fighting Case Keenums.
Nice.
Screw you, Case Keenum.
Okay.
You had him.
The Battle of the Victory Bell. UCLA at USC.
Oh, my God. UCLA. And Lucas is also taking them as well.
I'm also going to take UCLA. USC is just this ain't it for y'all this year. It's
Oh God. Yeah. Give me the best team in California. Give me UCLA.
Yep. That's saying something when they're 6-4. All right. UAB at UTSA, number 22 UTSA.
They're actually 10-0, Costner.
Right? Oh, they are.
Yes.
How many times I got to tell you I'm not related to Kevin Costner? How many times, Ryan?
I get the team messed up.
Okay, you're not the first one.
So UAB won last week. Cam was the only one to pick them, though. Lucas is taking UAB, though.
I'm still on the fence about this one. I'm still deciding.
I'm taking the Roadrunners. Me.
Give me the Blazers. As our good buddy Cameron Harrell for the Southern Miss Golden Eagles would say, I played against them. I know what those guys are all about. Give me the Blazers.
Just so Connor can't catch me in the pick'ems with this one, I have to go UTSA.
But you took UTSA. Oh yeah.
I'm sorry. I have to keep that lead up.
We haven't picked against each other, have we yet?
I don't think so. And
I'm behind by one. What do Ryan and Lucas have?
I'm behind Lucas by 3.
Lucas is at 111, so he's got a way to catch up still.
Okay. So
By the way,
so you and I can miss. So you and I can afford to miss a few.
yes, we
Days
can.
ahead of them.
But by the way, surprise! Texas. Good old Texas. We can't stop talking about them at West Virginia. For the record, West Virginia is a 3-point favorite, and it's at West Virginia.
I would not take those points. I would not. Oh my God. Luke. Oh, we have to have Luke.
We'll get his opinion later.
Texas is on a 6-game losing streak. Meanwhile, West Virginia has played okay, bad to okay, or in the past couple of weeks since then. Oh my God, I don't even know who to pick. Who are you guys taking?
I am gonna go Texas. They finally break it, only because West Virginia has just looked so bad in the last few weeks.
I'm gonna take Country Roads Take Me Home.
Man.
I'm gonna go with the Fighting Mountaineers, the Fighting Will Greers. I don't know. I just have
Fighting Pat Whites.
Yes, the
Fighting
Pat
Tavon
Whites.
Austins.
I just have a weird feeling because they haven't played too terrible. They got destroyed by Oklahoma State, but I mean Oklahoma State's a top 10 team. They also just lost to Kansas State on the road by a field goal. So I'm going to take West Virginia. I have no faith in Texas, and I'm pretty sure this Texas team, any like hype or whatever, like feeling good that this team had, there's no way this team isn't broken.
Oh, they are so. Wait, by the way, Ryan, you said that West Virginia lost by a field goal to Kansas State?
Yes.
No, they
it
lost
said
by
14 to 17.
No, 34-17.
Oh, I read that wrong.
Yeah,
I said the 3 was a 1, but my bad. But
how'd you get 7 from a 1?
No, because I have my phone up here. I'm like
Congratulations.
looking.
You played yourself.
Congratulations, you're blind.
But I'm still Country Roads Take Me Home.
Oh God.
For West Virginia, the best team right now in Virginia when they don't have Brennan Armstrong. So give me the best team in Virginia as of right now.
What?
They're
That's
not
Liberty.
in Virginia.
Best team in Virginia is Liberty.
They're not even the best team in West Virginia. That's Marshall.
No, I'm saying they're the best team in Virginia. That's
Because they beat
joke.
Virginia Tech and
I'm saying
Virginia.
because they're not in Virginia.
It's just like how
Arkansas is the best team in Texas.
Oh no! I guess. I'm going. Yeah, I'm going. Texas,
I'm gonna
I also didn't realize that West Virginia wasn't in Virginia. I didn't realize it was its own state.
I mean, it was part of Virginia back in like the 1800s, 1700s, bro.
And then they're like, we out.
Well, when I think of like West Virginia, I think of like when they named South Alabama because it's still in Alabama, but it's just South.
Unfortunately, there's no
like East Michigan should be. It's just like
well, that's like saying
should be the hand.
And East Carolina should be its own state too.
Wait, East Carolina's not in North Carolina or South Carolina?
It is. Okay. It is. It's in Greenville, North Carolina.
Oh my God. Or North Texas. North Texas. It's
a new state. North Texas.
North Texas has their own. It's part of Oklahoma. It's actually located in Oklahoma.
Did Virginia people really hate Western Virginia people that much that they said, "No, you get
no,
your
it's
own
Civil
land
War
now."
related. Civil War related.
Yeah,
Civil War related.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, but yeah.
See, Ryan, this is why we said earlier, just shut up. Just stop. Like, my God, dude. You're my
oh my
I gotta go back to school and learn how many states.
You gotta go back to geography,
Alabama,
my guy.
and Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California. I didn't make my pick, by the way.
It's not Arkansas.
Oh, you
it's
did
Arkansas.
it? All right. Who are you taking, Connor?
Did you just say Arkansas?
It's Arkansas.
He said it as a joke. By the way, Carter, your thing was taking a minute to motion. Your focusing was messing up.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why it was. I'm gonna take just to try and get a point back. I will take West Virginia.
No.
See, my stupidity broke Connor's camera for a little bit.
Yeah, it did. It was trying to make me look just as ugly as your brain looks.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my God.
All right, Iowa State at number 13, Oklahoma.
Lucas is taking Oklahoma.
I am also.
And I'm taking Oklahoma as well.
I'm gonna also take Oklahoma. Iowa State. You know that loss to Texas Tech. I'm sorry. That's just
That's
not
an impressive
acceptable.
loss. I mean, I would want to lose to a game, record-setting kick like that.
No, I wouldn't want to lose the game at all. So no.
All right. Give me the Cyclones and the Fighting Allen Lazards. I'm taking Iowa State in this game, and here's why. I think Caleb Williams, I think his confidence is kind of shaken after that performance against Baylor. I think Baylor really got in his head. I don't think he's going to come out and play very good. Iowa State also has probably the third best defense in the Big 12, and they're really close to probably Oklahoma State and Baylor when it comes to defense. And I don't trust Oklahoma's defense, and Brock Purdy is still a good quarterback. And they still got Breece Hall in the backfield. So give me Iowa State and the Cyclones in an upset. Also, fun fact, the last 2 times Iowa State has played a ranked Oklahoma team at Oklahoma, Iowa State has won.
Wow, I actually didn't realize that.
Nice. I like it.
Wow, but also, who are you and what have you done with Ryan? Because you're actually being nice to Iowa State, and I don't know what's going on.
I picked them and then I picked against. It's like every other week I pick them. So
Yeah.
I think we've had. I think Iowa State's one of the few teams that I think we've picked almost every single week this season, other than our own teams.
Yeah. Syracuse at number 20, NC State.
Lucas and I are both taking NC State.
I am also going to take NC State.
Syracuse, I think, is on the right track.
I think
Dino Babber's been there long enough that I think they're going to keep him around. He's besides last year. I mean, he got him
he's
like
a good
9
coach
2 years ago.
I'm going to say this.
Wins like 2019 or 2018.
Hey, well, you know what? You got to give Coach leeway when he's coaching at Syracuse. I mean, it takes a special coach to build that program up.
Yeah, but I think NC State wins by a field goal.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Syracuse pulled this upset, seeing as Miami pulled it. But yeah, I just think the Wolfpack is just they're better. So yeah, give me the Wolfpack.
Miami does have 2 good wins this year against Pittsburgh and NC State. As much as we bashed them at times, they've had some impressive wins.
Taylor Van Dimes. Yeah, give me that.
Yeah, not bad for missing. Who was the other guy?
Wait, are we talking about Miami?
Yeah.
Oh, De'Ara King.
Yeah, no De'Ara King. They're still getting these wins.
Well, we got that pick coming up in a bit.
Virginia at Pittsburgh.
Lucas
18,
and I are taking
Pittsburgh.
Pitt. Whoa, wait. Is Armstrong still out?
No, he's not playing. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, Armstrong's not playing?
They were talking about it. They asked the coach at Virginia how he Bronco Mendenhall about how it's feeling. And I seen the pregame warmups for Brennan Armstrong. He tried throwing a ball 5 yards. You could tell he was in pain. The dude was like going like this every time he was throwing it. So
I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh then.
That makes me hopeful for next week.
But I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh.
Not this week, but next week.
I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh just because of no Brandon Armstrong.
Yeah. Give me Pitt and the Fighting James Connors.
I'm fighting Larry Fitzgerald.
I just traded for him a couple weeks ago in fantasy, and the week I got him, he's got me 35 points, and I still lost. Well, I got him in a trade.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Yeah, because the guy I was playing against had both Carson Wentz and James Conner.
Oh no,
the Jets. Or no, Jonathan Taylor.
So did we all take Pitt?
Yeah, we all took Pitt.
We did.
Yep. Okay.
Number 9, Oklahoma State at Texas Tech.
Lucas. Yeah.
Lucas said this game's gonna put him to sleep.
Yeah, probably. Lucas takes Oklahoma State, as do I.
And as do I.
I'm taking the fighting Justin Blackmans, quite literally.
I'm taking the fighting Des Bryants.
Oh, that's a good one. I forgot he went there too.
I'm taking the fighting Michael Crabtrees. I'm
Oh,
gonna take Texas Tech.
No, you're actually taking him as a fighter because that's what all he was known for in Oakland.
Yeah.
I must have loved that when he went off against Aqib Talib those few times.
No, remember when Richard Sherman went off of him? Will you try me with a sorry receiver like Crabtree? That's the result you're going to get.
Hey.
Oh yeah.
It was hilarious when him and Aqib Talib got in a fight because Aqib pulled off his chain.
He just grabbed his chain.
He just like yanked it, and he's like, "Hey man, don't wear jewelry on my field."
Meanwhile, Aqib Talib probably has like 3 chains underneath his uniform.
Hey, don't disrespect the Kansas goat like that.
You know that's funny. The 2008 cornerbacks for Kansas was Chris Harris Jr. and Aqib Talib.
I think 2007 as well.
That was a stacked defense.
Never forget that Virginia Tech was the team that Kansas beat in the Orange Bowl in 2007.
But I don't know what it is.
I'm sorry, bro.
Tech, but doesn't it always seem like in the late November, Texas Tech somehow wins a game against a top 25 team they have no business winning against? Like I just
at home.
Like, yeah.
Wait. Is this a night game in Lubbock?
To be determined. Yes, it's an 8 p.m. start.
Oh. So yeah, I'm going with the Texas Tech Red Raiders in this game. I could see them winning this game on another 62-yard field goal.
Fair.
That'd be impressive. I think
Oklahoma State's just going to slow them down enough for it, though.
You might as well give that if that kicker makes another 62-yarder for the win. You might as well give him the.
He should just be automatically a stunner.
Yep.
He should be all of our stunners.
Number 11, Baylor at Kansas State. And by the way, Kansas State, 1-point favorite.
Ooh.
Lucas is taking Kansas State.
I'm tempted to take Kansas State. I really am. Like, I really think that this could be such a hangover game for Baylor. But I'm gonna be the guy who takes Baylor. I'm gonna go with the Bears and Baylor.
The Bears. I'm taking Baylor.
Yeah, I hate their jerseys, but give me the Bears.
Fair. Okay. The third, one of the top games in this week, actually the fourth best game, SMU at number 5, Cincinnati.
Lucas is taking SMU.
Which
I was kind of surprised because I thought he was fully in Cincy's corner, but I think
No, not after the last few weeks.
Yeah, no, you're right. I wasn't really. Yeah.
He also wants them to lose because Notre Dame.
Yeah, to hurt you guys.
Yeah,
yes.
I am going to take Cincinnati at home. I want Cincinnati to make the playoff.
They're allowed to struggle because this is a good team, right?
They better be able to. If they drop them because of struggling with SMU,
okay, right?
If they don't drop them for barely beating Tulsa, but they drop them for barely beating SMU, the playoff no.
And the playoff committee is really rigged. Yeah.
No, it's a scam. It's actually a scam. But yeah, I'm gonna go Cincinnati and go into Bearcats.
Is this a night game or a day game?
I think it is a night game, but don't quote me on that. No, it's actually a 3:30 game, so it will end at night.
It'll end at night.
I don't know why, but I just had one of those feelings that SMU could ruin
everyone's fun.
Beat Cincinnati somehow, and I think it's going to be such a close game. But I trust Desmond Ridder more than I trust Tanner Mordecai in a tight game to win it.
If it were at SMU.
Yeah, I would take SMU. Yes.
Yep.
We'd probably all take SMU if it was at SMU.
No,
but give me the Bearcats.
I'm taking the Bearcats as well. That's the third time Lucas is all by him. Third or fourth time Lucas is all by him.
This is either going to really screw him over in the pick'em,
or he's going to have either a bunch of regrets, or he's going to be a hero and he's going to almost take the lead.
Yeah.
No, he'll at least jump you because he's what, 3? Is he ahead?
He's in third.
I'm in fourth. So this will either he'll get a further lead on me or I'll jump him.
Yeah.
Number 21, Arkansas at number 2, Alabama. One of the 3 ranked matchups this weekend.
Lucas has Bama, and I'm going to take Bama as well. I think Arkansas has the running game to give Alabama fits. If they can do what LSU was doing, I think Arkansas maybe – I don't think they can, but they could at least keep it close if they can replicate what LSU was doing, kind of running the ball on Alabama like they did in that game. I'm taking Bama.
Alabama wins by a field goal. They've
okay. Well, I historically, do you really trust an Alabama kicker?
No, he scores it. No, and they're having to play catch up, and they don't have to make a game-winning field goal.
I still wouldn't trust them on a game-winning kick. I don't trust.
Well, they made two. They actually missed the extra point against LSU. That's why it was 2017. But I'm gonna say. But the point is,
they can never get right.
The point being that it's a close game, but I think just Bama makes one too many plays at the end.
I'm gonna go with another upset here. Whoa, Pig Suey.
Wow,
Arkansas.
Oh, I like it.
I was really high.
I don't think any of us would be mad if you get.
No, I won't be mad.
No, neither of us would be mad.
I thought Alabama was the number 2 team in the country the last 2 weeks ago,
and then they struggled against.
I'm not confident in that anymore. I think they would get the doors blown off of them by Georgia if they were to play right now.
I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
Arkansas, yeah, they struggled against, Georgia, but who doesn't struggle against Georgia? And
they've done really well since that 3-game losing streak.
Yeah, and they lost to Ole Miss. They lost to Ole Miss, but that was a really tight game, and also they went for the win instead of going to overtime. Yeah. KJ Jefferson, I think, is one of the most underrated quarterbacks in college football. The dude is absolutely amazing. And Treylon Burke has to be a top 10 receiver in college football. That dude is,
and he's not a semifinalist for the Biletnikoff,
which makes no sense.
Which is garbage. That's a joke.
And without Alabama's
defense, is Naylor from Michigan State at least a finalist, semifinalist?
Naylor
from Michigan State. Naylor.
Yeah, Naylor. Yeah, I don't know, but if he's not, that's also crap.
That's also crap.
But like I said, I think Will Pig Suey is going to get it done. If Florida can run the ball against Alabama and run it down their throat, I don't see why Arkansas can't.
That is Arkansas's bread and butter.
Yeah.
Give me the Hogs.
Yeah. Okay. Now, without a doubt, the game of the week. They
would definitely storm the field if that happens.
And it's at Bama.
Oh, yeah. Well, the Arkansas fans.
They might still.
Yeah. And then get mauled by Bama fans. Oh, jeez. Now, without a doubt, the game of the week, the one that it's really going to be a change up in the playoff rankings. Number 7, Michigan State at Ohio State, which is a noon game. This is blasphemy. I assume game day is going to be there.
They are.
Okay.
Yeah, they were going to go to Montana versus Montana State for whatever reason.
That's where they are?
That's where they were going to go.
Well, they always have. I think they have to do an FCS, at least one FCS versus FCS level.
They don't have to.
They usually try to, and then
you can't turn this game away though.
They usually try to do a group, at least 1 or 2 group of 5s.
Well, they did that already with Cincinnati.
Like the Cincinnati game a few weeks ago. Lucas is taking Ohio State, and with the way they played last week, and really since they've been playing, since they struggled against, I think it was Tulsa or Tulane, one of those teams. They've looked pretty much unstoppable, other than the Penn State game. But
Nebraska, they struggled too.
Well, that's true. Yeah, I forgot about that. But I think Ohio State will pull it off. If it's at the Horseshoe, I think they'll pull it off. If it was at Michigan State, I probably would take Michigan State though.
Not so fast, my friend.
Ooh.
This season for Michigan State is such a throwback to the 2015 season. And what happened?
When they got shut out 35-0 in the playoffs? 38.
Yes, but
And their
okay,
kicker
yeah,
got-
okay, yes, but I'm talking about the regular season. Now, let's not forget what happened that year. They beat Michigan in a crazy game,
Whoa,
then-
we're gonna throw with the snap.
and then they won in a game they shouldn't have won at Ohio State. At Ohio State,
Oh yeah, I forgot
and
about that.
for that reason, this has got such that feeling. They lost to they already got. I think it was the weekend after they lost to like Nebraska, who they shouldn't have lost to, by the way. And just for that, I'm going to go with Sparty. Sparty
No,
gets
Michigan
this
State
one
was
done.
undefeated. Both Michigan State and Iowa were undefeated in that going in that big
Well,
time.
now both times they have no. Michigan State had one loss against Ohio when they played Ohio State. I remember that.
Why did Iowa get knocked out then?
Because
in the playoff?
Michigan State beat Iowa in the Big Ten championship.
But
and
I'm
Iowa
saying
was undefeated.
if
Iowa had played nobody up to that point.
But they were Iowa was
okay.
still like number 4 in the country, and then they lost
Yeah.
to Michigan State at the end.
Yeah, but I'm going Sparty.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Sparty here as well. Notre Dame really needs Michigan State to beat Ohio State.
Oh, shut up about Notre Dame.
No, but not just that, but like I really like Michigan State. I love Kenneth Walker as not only a person but a player. The dude is really humble. Like I don't know if you guys have seen interviews with him, but he's never the type of guy that thinks he's all that. He's not overconfident going into games. He just shuts up, does his job, and carries the ball and just breaks people's ankles and puts them on his shelf. So I'm going to go with Michigan State in this game. I think that it'll be actually a high-scoring game.
I do too.
I don't think
Meanwhile,
Ohio State's defense can stop the
No,
Michigan State's
Ohio
running.
State's defense is terrible.
I think Kenneth Walker may have a 200-yard game in this game.
Another replica of the Michigan game.
Yes.
5 touchdowns, 200
Yeah.
yards rushing.
Yeah, are we gonna act like the Ohio State beat Purdue comfortably, but let's not act like they didn't give up points.
They gave up 40 points to a Purdue offense that
Oh, it was 40. I remember seeing at one point it was like 56-20. I was like, oh dang, that was a bad pick by me. I guess Purdue came back and made more.
Well, Purdue also kind of gave like a 14-point swing early in that game by turning the ball over twice. And
Meanwhile, now, I mean, if Michigan State wins this game, that 10-year deal Michigan State's getting ready to give Mel Tucker is going to look really good. A 10-year, nearly $100 million contract, following in the footsteps of John Gruden and that dude from UTSA right there. That seems to be the big thing now, giving 10-year deals to coaches.
Yep.
And then they're going to last like 3 years max. Maybe
Wait,
4.
quick question. If Kenneth Walker goes off for 200 yards again in this game and Michigan State beats Ohio State,
he should be the Heisman favorite.
does Kenneth Walker jump Bryce Young for Heisman
yes,
front runner?
he should. He
Yes,
should 100%.
because Bryce Young hasn't really been that impressive recently.
No.
Why is he still ahead of Kenneth Walker in the first
Because
place?
I
he's
don't
a
know,
quarterback.
dude. He's
It's
a quarterback.
Alabama.
It's a
That's
QB
why.
trophy. Yeah, that
QB
too.
and it's Alabama. That's a great combo right there. But
Yep.
I think
That's the
Kenneth
QB
Walker,
trophy.
if he gets 200 yards, another 3 to 5
I mean,
touchdowns.
CJ Stroud has done the same thing. I mean, honestly.
CJ Stroud has also not really had to play anybody yet worth a crap. Minus last week.
I mean,
against Purdue.
outside of Ole Miss, who was Bama played.
That's
Good
true.
point.
But yeah. Well, I'm not saying that Bama's is much better. I still think I would take Bryce Young.
I just look
not,
at
I meant Kenneth Walker.
I just look at the best games they played, and Kenneth Walker's played amazing against the biggest game of the year for Michigan State so far.
No, I agree. I agree 100%. He should be the Heisman favorite, and that just shows this trophy is now a scam. All right, now on to our teams first, starting with Connor. Virginia
By
Tech.
the way, Lucas is taking Miami.
Virginia Tech at Miami. And I am also going to take Miami. They had a tough loss last week to Florida State. No offense, Connor. I think Virginia Tech's in shambles right now. And I'm just a bad time to fire Fuente as well. I'm going to go with the Canes.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, Connor. Like, I really want you guys to make a bowl game just so you have, like, you can play the Belk Bowl again and maybe get some.
We weren't going to make the Belk Bowl anyway, dude. That's like giving to like the 3rd or 4th best team in the. That's giving like.
That's where Clemson's going to be.
That's like because it's like because if the Orange Bowl is the best team in the ACC, Belk Bowl is giving like the 2nd or 3rd best in the.
Maybe you'll get the Music City Bowl then.
We're gonna get we were good at the Independence Bowl at this point.
Oh
No,
yeah,
actually,
we go
No.
to Shreveport.
Shreveport. No, I've been seeing the Military Bowl.
Can we
Like,
get a Cheez-It Bowl?
my own backyard,
No.
right at Navy.
You know what the most hilarious matchup would be for a bowl game for Virginia Tech? Virginia Tech versus TCU in the Cheez-It Bowl. Both teams don't have a coach.
Oh man, McConnell, who is your pick?
Oh, but I'm gonna go with Miami. So give me the Taylor Van Dimes.
The Baylor Van Dimes.
Yeah, I think it's a clean sweep. I'm taking Miami. They also just fired their AD, which I think that might be the real reason that Virginia Tech fired Fuente now, because they want to get rid of him and get their search started while Miami's still looking for an AD, because maybe Manny Diaz is on his way out as well from Miami.
Which is weird because I think he's earned his job back the last
Yeah, but at the
5
same,
weeks.
but like the clock management that last game was so bad.
Oh yeah, at the end. Oh.
Dude, that was so bad. But at the same time, like I think that might have been it. They want to get ahead of Miami, be able to get their search started, and not whoever they have targeted. They know it's probably someone in the group of 5, a Napier or Chadwell or something. Or
Napier would be a good hire.
Yeah, but I don't think Well, the thing is, I see if Napier goes to Virginia Tech, I wouldn't be surprised if in 3 to 4 years, if he builds it up, he then jumps to an SEC school.
Yeah,
maybe.
that's
the
what they're
thing
saying. He could go to LSU.
I don't think that's too big of a jump, maybe. But
Maybe.
that's the thing. I think they probably did it to jump ahead of Miami, make sure that they can at least get their search started while Miami is still looking to get a new AD. But yeah, we're all taking Miami. I mean,
and then
if Armstrong's out next week versus for the Virginia Tech Virginia game, that might be interesting.
Yep. Number 10, Wake Forest at Virginia Tech, where Clemson is a 4-point favorite.
Virginia Tech?
No, I meant Clemson.
Virginia Tech, a 4-point favorite?
Over Wake? Great, thank you. That makes me so happy that Virginia Tech's 7-3. Yes.
But yeah, it's at Clemson. Clemson still a 33-game home win streak on the line.
Lucas has Clemson.
My man. Good boy. I know who Ryan's going to take, and I'm not surprised.
Give me the Fighting Kenneth Walkers, the previously Fighting Kenneth Walkers. Sam Hartman for Heisman.
Oh my God, who the hell?
Give me the Demon Deeks. And you know what? Those Demon Deeks are going to be...
you're taking the Fighting Tim Duncans.
Yes. And you know what? The Demon Deeks are going to fly all over that Clemson Tiger Field, the fake Death Valley. But give me Wake Forest. Oh yeah, you got to do the Tiger Paw.
No, that's done, and we already killed it. Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
Wake Forest is gonna beat and declaw. They're gonna declaw the Clemson Tigs.
Damn, man, that's pretty harsh. That's animal abuse. I'm reporting you to PETA for that.
Who wanted to change the name of the bullpen to the Arm Barn?
I'm not gonna lie though, Arm Barn's pretty sick. I like if they were to change it to the Arm Barn, I would not complain.
I just imagine pictures of dudes just going like this in the background.
I would take the Arm Barn. I like that.
It's just a picture of Alan going. So like, look at my arms.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just at this point. I'm just taking whatever Costa's taking. So I'm taking Clemson.
Okay, I'm going.
I mean, no, seriously, I don't. Wake Forest is good. Their offense. I mean, okay, their offense is elite. Their defense is hot doo doo.
Clemson's offense is hot doo doo.
Clemson's offense has been getting better as the season has gone on.
And Wake's defense makes the Chiefs' defense look like they can actually stop somebody. So
I just don't think Clemson's offense can keep up. Honestly,
I mean, if it becomes a true shootout, I don't think so either. But I think Clemson, their defense is just good enough to slow Wake Forest down.
Clemson held Pittsburgh, by the way, to their lowest point total offense of the season at 20, on as far as offense goes.
Also though, Clemson just why is it every week a different Clemson players transferring out? They just had another running back transfer.
Who?
I don't. It was some
Why
guy
is it not
that was
Will
like,
Shipley?
As long as it's not Phil Maffa or Will Shipley, I don't care.
It was whoever the third or fourth string guy was that wasn't really going to play much.
Okay, then I don't care. He's peasant. Bye-bye, peasant. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Okay, Coster, quickly. Oh. Coster, remember?
What? Yeah.
No, yours.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah, I also shout out to Claudia, my amazing girlfriend, for giving me this amazing birthday present, by the way. This is from 2001 when Clemson played Virginia Tech in the Gator Bowl. It's really cool. It's one of my favorite crew necks now I own.
Did Clemson? Who did win that? Was that Clemson?
I think Virginia Tech did win that one, though.
Oh, nice.
But I thought it was still fire. So I love it. So
I think that the design's really cool. I just like that. That's
yeah.
Cool.
So thank you, baby. I love you and appreciate you a lot. So thank you for doing that. But yeah, go Tigs. We are going to finally next week be ranked. Dad, got it. Rank us, you cowards.
And you're only gonna be at 25.
I don't care. We will be ranked. But how bad this season's been, I just want us to be ranked, my friend.
Your season's been bad?
For our standards.
It's a down year?
Dude, I'd take 7-3 at this point.
It's okay. We sacrificed for the Braves.
As I've pointed out, I do not have the luxury of being a fan of a team that knows what it feels like to have a down year, be suffering 3 losses as a down year.
You know what?
At least
my team is on a down year, and we're going to be 11-1.
Probably.
That's not a down year. Get
Yes,
out.
it
No.
is.
One loss. Bo. No.
One loss?
Stop.
I'm saying for all this
One loss.
we're not as good as we were last year. Not even close.
Yeah, and you still got blown out in the playoffs.
And you got blown out in the ACC championship game.
When I say down year, I mean we don't have the talent like we used to.
What
Okay,
talent?
fine. Okay, just go on. We're going to Ryan's. Let's just get
We're
over
going
this.
to Georgia Tech at Notre Dame, which I forgot to, by the way, put their ranking. So we're gonna fix that real quick. There, it's number 8.
They don't deserve it. Just go through it quickly.
Okay, here we go. It's at number 8, Notre Dame. And I'm going to go Notre Dame. Sorry, parents. Sorry, brother. Sorry, me, even though I'm a Tech grad, their boot camp for coding. Sorry, Tech is.
Did your family root for Georgia Tech?
Both my parents are Georgia Tech alums, and my brother's graduating from Tech in the spring.
Be careful, though, Andrew. Your mom is in here, and she says if you start picking on Georgia Tech, you're going to be in big trouble.
I pick on them all the time. They're a bunch of nerds.
Go ahead, Connor. And what did Lucas take?
Oh, and Rigo's here. This guy that just randomly started following us.
Rigo!
Okay, Lucas and I both taken Notre Dame, though I don't like it.
I don't like doing it either, but you can't. Tech sucks.
All right.
I wish I could take the fighting
Calvin Johnson.
Calvin Johnson's. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to take
the fighting Demarius Thomas's.
I'm taking the
just for you, Ryan.
Oh,
just for
that's
you.
a good one.
Yeah.
I'm taking the fighting Jimmy Clausen's. The fighting Brady Whites.
So
I'm taking the fighting Raymond McKnights.
We talked about Rudy earlier in the show.
Who is offsides?
Rudy got his first play against Georgia Tech.
Rudy was offsides.
Really? They were playing against Georgia Tech?
They were.
Yes.
They were actually.
It's been forever since I've seen the movie, so I couldn't remember.
So, for that reason, Notre Dame is going to win this game, and they're going to beat Georgia Tech so bad that we're going to have all our Rudies out there.
You're going to wish that you were paying Cumberland instead?
Yes.
Oh gosh, Cumberland. Never forget that one. 222-0.
And yet what was crazy is I think Georgia Tech had didn't even have like 500 yards of offense because they had so many drives starting the Cumberland side of the field and they'd score in like 1 or 2 plays.
Yep.
But 800
yards.
yards
All because Cumberland beat Georgia Tech
in baseball.
It was baseball and they won like 22-0.
And John Heisman got very mad. Yep, John Heisman got pissed off and he said, "Nope, all right." Yep.
John Heisman was a savage.
John Heisman coached everywhere too. He coached at Clemson too. Fun fact.
Did you know Bear Bryant? Where did he coach? He coached at somewhere before
Kentucky.
Kentucky, yeah. I always.
But in his coach in Kentucky
he coached Kentucky when they won their last championship, 1950 something. I think
they won a college football championship.
Yeah, 1950 or 51, and Bear Bryant was their head coach.
Yep.
And his name and number retired, I think, at Kentucky.
Yes.
Now this game is a fun one.
Oregon at Utah. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I'm sorry, Lucas. You can hate me all you want. I hate to do this to you, man, because I can't let Ryan. I can't let Ryan glow. I can't let Ryan glow
about anything. He's not here. You don't have to feel sad. Just yank it off. It's like a Band-Aid. Just rip it off.
Hey, you know what? He left the boys for work. So what a loser.
I know. What a loser.
Yeah. But Utah undefeated at home this year. Trend remains the same. It's at night. I'm going Utes.
Yeah. Oregon is going to lose. They're not going to be number 3 anymore, and I don't have to listen to Lucas.
Ryan's going to be so happy.
Ryan's literally just waiting to burst on this.
No, you know what I'm going to do?
Dude, I'm sure you have the comment just ready and waiting to press the instant the game goes wrong.
He's either copy and paste.
Legit. I'm not even joking.
He has it written out on his phone's notes. He's just going to ready to copy and post.
I'm not joking. I actually do. Like, I'm not joking. I legit do.
Bruh.
I haven't copy and pasted.
He's had it copy and pasted since they beat Ohio State.
I have a huge paragraph that I typed out.
I think Lucas is taking Oregon, but I think he already did say he could see Utah winning. So Ryan, you're taking Utah?
Yes, but I was gonna say I have a paragraph like this long that I typed out in my memo for what I'm gonna say the minute that clock hits 0 and Utah beats Oregon.
I'm gonna be asleep.
It's gonna be a glorious day, and I'm gonna come on the show.
This is a night game at Utah, right? Is this a night game?
Yeah, it is a night game, and I believe Utah is favored.
Can I come on the show next week and get a party hat and get a rubber ducky and put
oh my god! All right, dude, come on. Now you're going overkill here. Listen, Utah, by the way, is a 3-point favorite.
3-point?
3-point. I'm not surprised at all.
And undefeated at home.
Yep, that's the reason why I'm picking them. Undefeated at home. You know how I like to do that. If teams undefeated at home, I like to take them.
Oregon.
Of course. I can't blame him. No, respect.
All
right.
He's who do I take? I
didn't know you hadn't picked yet.
I haven't picked yet. I'm gonna pick Utah as well.
Yeah.
I think at this point it's just out of spite, just trying to see how many times Lucas is wrong with us.
So Lucas, before we go to the next pick, when Utah beats Oregon, Notre Dame is going to be looking down upon you peasants.
And then if Oregon wins,
Notre Dame somehow lost to Texas.
And then if Notre Dame loses Georgia Tech and Oregon wins, then Oregon will be looking down even further on Notre Dame. And even if Oregon wins, they'd still be looking down at Notre Dame.
But sorry, Lucas.
Lucas, Ryan, you'll be moved from your job painting the helmets to applying the duck decals on Oregon's helmets. That'll be your job after this.
Yep.
As a Notre Dame fan, you'll be put to that.
But yeah, anyway, enough of that. Now time for our $1 ticket game. And this is the game, of course, that if we would only go see if we had to pay $1 for the ticket. Unfortunately, while this game is now $1, the lowest ticket price I saw on StubHub was $3. And that is the South Florida Bowls.
$3? That's way too much, dude. I got
rent. I have $3. Have you seen the SpongeBob?
It costs more in gas to get to Tulane.
How does SpongeBob pay rent on like $3?
I have $3 salary. I have no idea.
Like 3
I
cents
think he already bought his house. I don't think he's renting. But anyway, South Florida at Tulane.
I'm taking South Florida. So is Lucas. Tulane, ever since they almost upset Oklahoma, has looked terrible. I think they're on like a 9-game losing streak.
Or 8 or something like that.
Yeah,
something
like that. Like they're on a long losing streak right now.
My man Jeff Scott, former Clemson offensive coordinator, is the head coach at South Florida, and they have gotten a little bit better this year. They definitely were giving Cincy for a minute to run for their money. They almost beat Houston. I'm going to go with the Bulls.
Yeah, I'm going to go with South Florida as well in this game. They actually have a win in conference play in the American.
against Temple, right?
Yep, and they blew Temple out. Tulane does not have a win in the conference.
I forgot Tulane is even in the American.
South Florida also beat the crap out of Florida A&M. Tulane's only win is against Morgan State. They won 60-20.
The OG Morgan State with the greatest catch in college football history.
Yeah.
So yeah, give me the
You
Bulls.
know which one I'm talking about, Costa, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I do. And of course, Presbyterian.
Boo.
I love how we were all on the train at the beginning. Now we're just done with them. But we
Can
have
Morgan State be our team next year?
No.
no, we have to. No, it has
Wait.
to be like an FCS school. It has to be
Moorhead State.
That would be a good one. We'll figure it out.
No. We need to do Southern Miss for Cam.
Oh yeah.
I guess we could do that, maybe.
Yeah.
But anyway, the Presbyterian Blue Hose against. Let me look up what the name.
St. Thomas, Minnesota.
St. Thomas, Minnesota. Tommies. They are the Tommies.
Sounds like they're gonna pull out a Tommy gun and just shoot Presbyterian in the church.
And by the way, this is their first year in Division I, and they're 6-3.
That's impressive.
And they're third in the Pioneer
I've heard
League.
them before. Aren't they? They're in Division. They're in D3.
They were in D3.
What is this, D2 or
They
FCS?
were booted for their D3 success.
Oh, they're good. Okay. Both Lucas and I have taken St. Thomas. Presbyterian, if they can keep it below 35 points or they keep the deficit below 35, that's a good win for them.
I am also going to go with the Tommies.
Yeah, even though St. Thomas, Minnesota's name, the Tommies, is probably less threatening than going to play one of my rival high schools, the Dwight Bunnies.
What?
Oh, no.
No.
They were
no.
actually
No, you're wrong. Are you serious?
Yes. They were called the Dwight Illinois Bunnies. Their helmets.
Did Dwight from The Office name them or something?
I don't know.
Because that's something he would name them, I feel like.
Is their coach just like, all right, men, we're going to go out there and we're going to hop all over this team.
And you know,
we're going to go hopping around the bunny trail.
So fast, we're going to be like rabbits in heat.
you know their mascot is an actual bunny.
That's
my
actually
God,
that's
like
actually
the-
cute though.
When they run it out on the field, it's actually like a little bunny. I'm not even joking.
That's actually funny.
They have like a bunny in like a cage. It's like
Yeah.
it's like the old tiger that they used to have at LSU, but far less threatening.
It's just
Unless it's the no. If it's the Monty Python and the Holy Grail bunny, then that's impressive. But if not, then no.
It's just sucking on its water bottle, eating its Timothy hay. Like, but even their helmets just have bunny ears on the side. Like it just looks like
On their
a little
helmets?
Yes, a little schoolgirl looked like they just painted some bunny ears on it. That's the.
Dude, I would hate to play for them.
Dude, I would too.
Dude.
Hey, to
oh
be
my
fair,
God.
they haven't had a winning season in 30 years, but they
That's
do have,
actually sad.
they have
Sad.
they have
I
a
mean, my
state
and my
championship.
school's football team is bad. Like we just had our first home playoff game for the first time since 2006, and our first winning season since 2011.
Hey, you know what?
My
The bunnies
school has
do
still never hosted high school playoff.
Dude,
game.
it's so
really?
funny how
we didn't make it till the year after I graduated. We were.
You
I
guys ever
hosted
heard of
too.
Archbishop Spalding?
What?
Archbishop Spalding.
No.
They're really good in football.
But
They
no,
just
our,
destroyed our rivals Broadnick earlier in the season.
but no, the bunnies actually, funny enough, do have a state championship in football.
They
That's
do?
wonderful.
Yes.
Back in what, the 60s?
30-something years ago, they won a state title in football. So that's something my school doesn't have. So, I mean, they can be the bunnies and be whatever they want. So,
All right, so
But-
you want to know what the final scores of were my high school for the last 3 games? It's actually very sad. The last game they lost 48-6 against Martin Luther King, who was pretty good. Then they lost 75-12 to Decatur, who's pretty good as well. And then they lost 70-13 at Lithonia. So yeah,
My team. My team my high school just lost 28-0 at home, but Jesus.
Oh, and they lost 66-0 to my dad's old high school, Southwest DeKalb. Forgot that one.
DeKalb?
Southwest DeKalb. DeKalb. It's for DeKalb
Oh,
County.
DeKalb. I thought you said DeKalb like I'm just about to bust a cap in their butts.
Oh
man.
So we're all taking St. Thomas, Minnesota.
Ryan, you're taking
right?
St. Thomas?
Yeah.
Oh,
Also, my
God.
girlfriend appreciated the my shout out for the hoodies, or the crew neck. So I'm glad.
I love how
can do that.
we started this somehow with 3 guys. It took us over nearly an hour to do 20-something picks.
We were just having fun, man.
Yeah, we were.
We were enjoying it. But
I
guys,
have a lot more fun without Lucas here.
Huh.
I'm just
Damn.
kidding.
Hey, our show's a little bit more PG.
yeah, we're not giving more head. But that's
And we're
gonna do it, guys.
And we definitely can trust the Trojans not to break on us.
And we definitely don't fall in love with the hookers too much.
And we definitely don't have the press. We definitely are not talking about the Presbyterian blue waffles.
God damn it.
You know what? At the end of this season, we need to put the clips together of the funniest moments of this show. Like, literally.
And it's gonna be one of the clips is gonna be you saying you didn't know West Virginia was a state.
Yes, 100%. That's gonna be it. Thanks. Okay, but anyway, guys,
Jesus.
that's gonna do it for this episode. Actually, no, Connor, you're the host. I forgot.
Gus just wants to get out of here. He just wants this show to end.
I just
Yeah.
want to get
Well,
off here and watch the Lakers lose.
That does it for this edition of the Week 0 podcast. It is yet another, I can't say the word, but it's been another great show. There's another word in front of that, but it's been a great show by us. For Andrew, rank Clemson Coster. For
Do it.
Ryan, thank Jesus for Connor's sake, Frabble. I am Connor, Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead, Doherty. And for Lucas, who decided to skip this for something where
To be a
makes
security
money.
guard.
To play
To
hooky.
play hooky. He makes money playing hooky.
But also,
He's
guys,
playing hooky with a hooker.
Also, guys, if you like this video or podcast, thumbs if you loved it, thumbs if you liked it, subs if you loved it,
And sub to my channel, where this is also streaming now on. It's called Punt Intended, the
I
sports
love
channel
that.
where everything is made up and proves that punts don't matter.
That's true. Yeah.
And Justin Tucker is the GOAT.
He is the GOAT.
Yeah, but the Ravens suck because they lost to the Dolphins.
Everyone's lost a bad game they shouldn't have this year.
That's true. That's true.
This
Actually,
isn't
no,
like-
the Falcons haven't lost a game. I lied. They lost to the Eagles. I take that back.
Like the Broncos losing to the Ravens.
No, you mean the Broncos losing to the Eagles as well?
Yeah.
You thought you could sneak that past us, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, you thought. But that's going to do it, guys. Thank you.
Have a good night.
You too. Go Tigs. We're going to beat Wales.
Go Bunnies. Wherever you are.